can. So score your next tickets with Score Big. And now save even more at scorebig.com. Click on the radio mic and enter code 9393, and we'll take an additional $20 off your ticket purchase. That's scorebig.com, promo code 9393. Scorebig.com, code 939.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing service, we also offer fence row spraying. Now is the perfect time to get ahead on weed control for an overall aesthetic appearance. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene@yahoo.com. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
On Mondays, AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to medical reporter Bern Pereso. She's the president and CEO of Good for All Marketing, coming in to tell us about medical providers right here in Ocala.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Michelin Nader is coming on. She's a successful entrepreneur. She's written a book called The Dolphin's Dance, Discover Your True Self through a powerful 5-step journey.
Have all of your vehicle questions answered by Matt Gibbs on Auto Repair with Personal Care.
And then Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters is a retired U.S. Army officer and a strategist and veteran of the intelligence world. He's coming on the air to speak about his book, Valley of the Shadow, the third installment on the Boyd Award-winning novel series on the Civil War.
Greg Anton is a singer-songwriter. He's the co-founder of Zero. He's written a book called Face the Music, a story of love, self-discovery, and the spiritual power of music. And he's releasing a new single called Stephanie.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next day on Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Who did this?
P&P Tikis and more, of course. Now I have a tiki hut for shade, and I can enjoy the sounds of my cascading fountain while feeding my koi fish in my own pond. They even fixed my fence and redid all my landscaping. Nice to see a professional, reliable, family-owned business. Yes, P&P Tikis is the natural Florida tiki builder and water features designer. With free estimates, P&P Tikis is licensed and insured. Call 352-877-3307 for your very own tiki hut and more. That's 352-877-3307. P&P Tikis.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports. Only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Who are you guys?
Dan Patrick.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
I have no knowledge of anything.
What will happen to Tom Brady? Will he be suspended?
I have no idea.
Will Giselle realize she's with a cheater?
You stop!
Will Belichick and Brady get caught in a compromising position?
I've handled dozens of balls.
Will Brady's legacy be tarnished?
I would never do anything to break the rules.
Will he throw his hugs in the trash because he can't get a stain out? So many questions. And the only place to find the answers is right here on Fox Sports Radio. today on Fox Sports 1.
The U.S. women's national team takes on Ireland in one of their last international friendly matches before the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Coverage begins live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
That old school flow, though. I feel like the kids ain't hip to this these days.
Oh, they're hip to this.
What does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance? It means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. I don't know if they're hip to this. It's like I live in Venice, and you see these kids walking on Venice Beach, and they've got like the Run DMC t-shirts, and I'm like, dude, you're like 17. You're like 16. What do you really know? By the way, Don Bell alongside Ryan Field. And
just had to get that off your chest.
Ryder and Wright next. Cole Wright in the studio right now. Mm-hmm. Cole, you feeling me with that? We're kind of
Yeah. What do they really know?
We're not old,
What do they really know? Do they know that Peter Piper picked peppers, but Run Rock Rhyme?
Exactly.
I don't know if they know all that.
I don't know if they're hip to that.
Know that. They don't know about that.
But I feel like there's certain music that transcends generations.
True.
Now, I don't know if they'll know all the details about the artist and things like that we know.
Or the deep B tracks.
They definitely don't know the deep B tracks. You guys and your DBs, I'll never understand that.
Yeah. But it's also like when I see like these randos, these kids are walking around with Wu-Tang shirts. I'm like, what you know about the RZA, the Jizza?
Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deck.
Exactly.
You got to know about him.
I know about the Hoopa the Hyper, protected by a Viper.
Come on now, Diesel. I feel like every kid that looks like, I don't know, 15 years old and they're wearing a Wu-Tang shirt, or if they're sporting Wu wear. I don't even know if it's still branded as Wu wear. But if you go out there and you talk to one of those kids and say, hey, can you name me every member of Wu-Tang?
No, they're not.
They'd be hard pressed to do it.
I couldn't name every member.
I'd be like, do you own any Wu wear shirts though?
Well,
have you ever?
If I owned a Bob Marley shirt, I could name him. Does that count?
Well, you could name some Bob Marley songs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. But that's my point. Like a Bob Marley shirt is something that people wear. They've been wearing since he was popular. Like you'll still see a lot of those nowadays.
Touche.
Right.
Touche.
Right. And that's almost more like a way of life too. For some people.
Wow. Yeah. It could be.
You know what I mean? It's like the music.
Definitely the music.
Yeah.
Gets you high on life. You know what I mean?
Bob Marley.
That's what's up. I mean, we are in California.
Big fan of soccer.
Big fan of soccer. You're lucky to be here today, my friend. I mean, we're happy to have you here.
Man,
but
listen.
Let me set the stage. Cole Wright comes into the studio, and he's a little fired up, kind of shaking a little.
Frazzled, I'd go on a limb and say.
Frazzled's probably a good word. Tell the people what happened.
Well, I was coming in today on the lovely 405, part of the California highway system, and was looking to jump off on Ventura Boulevard to come here to the Geico Radio Studios. And as I'm looking, I'm about a half a mile away from the exit. And I look to my left, just a quick glance. You always want to survey your surroundings and see what's going on. And I see a 3 Series BMW, cobalt gray, looks pretty sharp. But it's at a crazy speed, and it's cutting across lane after lane. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what in the heck is going on with this cat? And then all of a sudden, as I look, he's getting closer to me, and he's right in front of me. And I'm thinking, he's got nowhere to go. This cat's going to run out of real estate real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Smashes into the car in front of me. This unsuspecting guy in a neon, I mean, just gets smashed. The whole left side of his car, the whole right side gets pressed up against the side barrier of the highway.
So he goes up against the barrier.
Boom.
Oh.
The BMW smashes the neon into the side of the wall.
Holy cow.
The BMW ping-pongs back into a white Mercedes-Benz, shoots off of that, hits either some kind of SUV, and it's like I'm sitting here the whole time watching all of this unfold. Right in front of me.
And keep in mind, you're going 75 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Right.
We were slowing down a little bit because traffic was starting to thicken up. But, I mean, this guy slammed into this Dodge Neon easily at 65 miles an hour.
That's like The Rock, like a movie.
It was like The Matrix 2. Remember the car scene in The Matrix 2 on the highway? I was like, nuts. Man, where's Lawrence Fishburne at? I call him Larry.
Especially if you're the guy in the neon and you didn't even see it coming.
Totally I mean, you're sitting there trying to listen to the Bell and Field show on 570, and all of your
we appreciate the support.
You're trying to turn it up, and man, out of left field, Squirrel Master.
Well, I think it was something that Don said that the guy in the 3 Series BMW said. He said what, and just veered across 5 lanes of traffic.
I mean, it was crazy. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen on a highway. Craziest thing.
Yeah,
I've
I
ever
mean,
seen on
it's
the
just
highway
one of
before.
those things. I mean, he literally tried to cut across 5 lanes.
I don't know if he was trying to cut across. I can't even get it out of my mouth. I'm so frazzled still.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know if he was trying to actually cut across traffic.
Or something happened.
The way he was driving, it looked like he could have been sleeping. Sleep at the wheel.
Hey, you know what's funny? Because we talk about it, like, life is so weird. 3 seconds difference.
Yeah, had you left,
you were driving a little faster, maybe.
Just a little bit.
Who knows?
Just a little bit.
A lane change, it could have been, it's nuts.
4 or 5 seconds from Wyland, man. You never know.
Hey, well,
That's a mainstream song.
That's your first mainstream reference I think I've ever heard from you.
That's right.
Now that I think about it,
those modern day references.
Well, we're happy you're here, dude. You looking forward to these? You looking forward to these NBA games? Now you're a Bulls
fresh.
guy.
I'm a Bulls guy, man.
You're
Red
a Bulls
team
guy.
go. Red team
Gasol's
go.
out today.
That's right.
That's a big deal.
That's not great. The Catalina wine mixer, the Bulls could definitely use his services.
They could,
nice.
No doubt. By the way, Sweet Willie Ryder just walked in the studio.
He had to bypass that exact same wreck.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad to see he's here in one piece.
Yeah, he's walking in with a stylish stripe.
Well, I don't know that it's stylish.
Horizontal. By the way, I set you guys up. You're too easy.
You kind of have to consider the source. For Bill Ryder,
there he is.
Oh, Sweet
fresh
Willie
on a Sunday
Ryder.
afternoon. Look at him. He's ready to go.
He comes in with this heavy.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, what's in that bag you're carrying right there? It's like a messenger bag. It looks heavy.
I've got I had presents for you guys. A little Mother's Day gift. And I heard your Mother's Day jokes. And I was like, I don't know. I got some donuts in here.
That's right. Do you have any more Mother's Day jokes before we get out of here, Ryan? Or what?
I got plenty more.
Can I hit some?
Should you really be doing Mother's Day jokes on Mother's Day?
Yeah, well, that's what makes it so fun.
To do it.
Yeah, it's the best
Get in there, Ryan. What you
Come
got?
on, Ryder. I mean, your mom.
My buzzkill?
Your mom is so fat.
You're doing it
her
on the
blood
internet.
type is ragu.
That doesn't count. You can't Google mom jokes.
This is directed at nobody's mother.
Nobody's mother. Dude,
mother.
it's just all
Why are you looking at Ryan?
Wow, what a jerk.
Your mama's so fat she put mayonnaise on aspirin.
Hey, that one's on the list.
Is it?
That one's here on the list.
Nice. Those made circulation around the lunch table back in the day.
How good is this? Ryder and Wright next. Don Bell alongside Ryan Field. Thanks for listening. This is Fox Sports Radio.
Yes, sir.
We are Fox Sports.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today. 861-7484.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure, Black Cow.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Buried under receipts and confusing tax code, let Crippen & Company help. They work hard to make the tax preparation process as painless as possible. With offices in Ocala and the Villages, their team is dedicated to helping clients with corporate and personal tax returns, bookkeeping for businesses, and estate planning for the future. Crippen & Company crafts a truly customized experience for each client's needs while alleviating stress and creating a big picture of your overall financial health. Call 352-732-4260 or visit crippencpa.com to get started.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. for a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
May is Watch Month. It's also a time to start thinking about that special graduate in your life. A terrific line of watches at Goss & Son Jewelers will make the perfect gift for that graduate. Rolex, Tag Heuer, Philip Stein. For graduation, birthdays, anniversaries, check out the line of fine watches and jewelry at Goss & Son Jewelers just to say I love you. Goss & Son Jewelers, the oldest Rolex jeweler in Central Florida. Downtown Ocala for 65 years.
WWOCA,
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
That's right. Let them change CDs. Let them text on their phones. Ignore that little voice in your head that's trying to warn you. And you too can experience Car Windshield. Passengers who have tried Car Windshield agree. It's a smash. Car Windshield may not be for everyone, as it can lead to severe side effects and even death. Please consult your physician after you've experienced Car Windshield. Passengers who wish to avoid Car Windshield can do so by following simple steps, like trusting their instincts, speaking up, and telling their friends to slow down.
In the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up.
Act now. Paramedics are standing by.
This has been a message from the Ad Council. For more information, go to youarethespokesperson.com.
This is Steve Gorman Sports.
Steve Gorman Sports.
You ready?
If you're a Boston sports fan, you love your teams. You cannot dare speak against them. I mean, they are the greatest and the worst sports fans in America. And if the rest of America is banging on them, Patriots fans circle the wagons. Tom Brady, there's going to be a statue of him outside Gillette Stadium in 10 years from now. Sure. I mean, they love the guy.
Steve Gorman Sports.
Weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. Some people injured after a tornado hits Delmont, South Dakota, causing heavy damage to a church and the new fire hall. The state's Office of Emergency Management sending help. A tornado in Cisco, Texas, Saturday proved fatal when it collapsed a home.
An elderly woman was inside that home and died when the tornado hit her home. We know another person is in critical condition right now. In total, this tornado destroyed 7 homes all across Cisco.
Fox's Will Carr. Tornadoes touching down in 5 states yesterday. The threat of severe weather continues in the Midwest and Southern Plains again today. Hundreds of flights canceled at Dallas area airports.
They were some of the best we have.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi Mayor Johnny Dupree on the murder of 2 police officers. 3 arrested, 2 could get the death penalty. Fox News, we report, you decide.
A few days ago, Brooke Tudine posted an inspirational quote on her wall that got 17 likes and 3 comments. Thumbs up, Brooke. Geico also wants to make a comment. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. And nothing says inspiration better than saving money. Well, except for those posters that say things like teamwork, excellence, and make it happen. Hashtag keep climbing. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Every business trip starts with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, this country wasn't built by folks waiting for opportunities to come to them. They went to their people and things got done. And if you're one of those business people, there's a range of choice hotels like Comfort Inn for every type of business trip.
Should I stay or should I go?
You always have a choice. Book now at choicehotels.com.
Unbelievable.
What? You called me like with the intensity of a man who's seen his life.
I mean, come on now.
I'm not making fun of you. I've been there.
Yeah,
dude.
it was unbelievable. I was telling Ryan and Don earlier, I was driving on the 405 looking to get off on Ventura Boulevard. Anyone who lives in LA that's familiar with Los Angeles, you put yourself there in my shoes, probably a little under a mile away from the Ventura exit.
Always how it goes when you're close to where you're going.
Yeah.
Anywhere in America, the most dangerous place is a mile away from wherever you're going.
Unbelievable. So I'm sitting there, and for whatever reason, I take a quick glance to my left, and I see a gray BMW, and it's just slicing and knifing through traffic. And for some reason, the traffic had slowed down, but there was it seemed as if the traffic
of space?
There was, and I don't know how it happened because it could have been way uglier than what it really was. But this BMW shoots across 4 or 5 lanes of traffic.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, like, this car is going to run out of real estate real soon. And that's exactly what happened. And this BMW smashed right into the Dodge Neon, right in front of me.
Let me ask
Right in front of me.
Whose life flashed between their eyes more? You, not in the accident, or the Golden State Warriors in what was the car crash of their series yesterday? Because Memphis, man, from the word go, has been that, was it a BMW?
Yeah, they were.
Just crashed into their hopes and dreams.
They were.
It's called Segway.
And I like the way you do that. That was professional.
Natural.
That was very professional.
But I want to play off your natural fear and zest for life.
No, that's
still
true.
Here.
That's true. That's true. And right as of now, Golden State is still hanging around.
Absolutely.
But we will see if they have the fortitude to stick around, because right now this Memphis squad, they're playing uncontrollably. And when you look at what's going on with Golden State, last 2 games, game 2, game 3, second and third lowest offensive outputs all season.
They
90
have
points and 89. Pew, that's stinking up the joint.
Steph Curry looks like a miniature, diminutive, fearful version of his MVP regular season
He looks like his long-lost twin brother that sells insurance.
He does? Is he in one of those commercials?
He is.
On the escalator?
He is. I don't know what his alter ego is, though.
It would be like Hef Curry?
I don't know.
That guy would be more of a pimp, more of a player.
Yeah, I think so.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way. We are coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. We got a hell of a big show.
That's right.
The big show.
Absolutely.
We just survived.
4 hours
Actually,
thick.
you survived a near-death experience.
Yeah.
I simply was able to take your fear and zest for life and move around traffic.
But I let you know where you were going.
I liked
you
it.
could have been
I'd still be in traffic.
You could have got hemmed up in exactly what was going. And gawkers onlooking. That's what
the
could have
gawkers
happened.
will get you.
They will every time. That rubbernecking. Watch it.
Do you know who, Jared Zwerling from Bleacher Report, all he does, he's a gawker of the NBA.
We like to
he just
gawk at his
swatches
work.
it all to tell
Fantastic.
you what the hell's going on. Joe Sullivan from the Boston Globe sports editor there, going to be with us to talk about Tom, Can You Tell the Truth, Brady.
Uh-oh.
Mark Medina from the LA Daily News, friend of mine.
Yeah.
Had a birthday party last week.
Wow.
Going to be with us to talk.
Did you get an invite?
Clippers. I did. I didn't make it. I feel kind of bad. This would be a public apology.
Okay, good.
I had some friends at town.
He knows you're a busy guy, though.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to be there. I did RSVP, and I forgot my buddy from college was coming to town. Not cool by
That
me.
happens.
But he's cool. Dontrell Willis,
Yes.
Fox Sports 1's newest MLB analyst. I guess Pete Rose is the newest analyst.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
tomorrow. Dontrell's cool, though.
That's pretty
He's
neat.
got a lot of energy.
That's pretty neat.
He's like a BMW, but isn't slamming anything. He just comes out of nowhere, but it's like good energy.
And you just really got me excited.
Did I?
Because I'm doing Fox Sports Live tomorrow. And,
Are
and
you?
Pete Rose is on the show.
I'm on there, too. Wait, is this his first show?
If it is,
Let's
I'm
do
feeling
this.
good about that.
Let's buckle up
Hit
to Pete
King,
Rose.
baby.
He
Hit
used
King.
to eat right across the street till that restaurant closed up. I saw him on a regular basis.
Really?
Yeah.
I would love to pick his brain.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. We don't need to get into that.
If
We're talking about
is
other
that even a
stuff.
debate? Commissioner Manfred, let's get it done.
According to
Let's get it
MLB,
done.
let's circle back to the NBA and what has. So it's interesting in every postseason playoff run for any team, any group of teams in the past, it's who can overcome their opponent. You look at can they overcome the Bulls? Can they overcome? This year, it almost seems like who you play is secondary to your injuries. And whether or not you can overcome, you got Pau Gasol will not play today for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kevin
Catalina wine
Love
mixer.
is out for the remainder of the season with a dislocated shoulder. Chris Paul with the hamstring injury has been a serious issue. He was back, and they embarrassed Houston, by the way. Can I use the word embarrassment?
I guess so. I mean, that's how they put it on him.
Snot out of him.
And, the one thing that I really liked, my biggest takeaway from that game was the unbelievable zest for the game that a young Austin Rivers showed. He was out there. He was getting after it. There's been a lot of detractors.
Multiple public apologies? Because I got to apologize to Mark Medina, our friend, for not going to his birthday party. I've been a little hard on Austin Rivers. May have used the word nepotism. I don't know. Nobody who can remember what one person has said about
I said before, I said, he's not a bum. Obviously, this guy, he went to Duke. It's in his DNA to be a
relative. I mean,
well, come on.
Our executive producer Greg Bergman is technically a bum. He literally lives. He literally lives in an alley. But he's a great guy.
By the river.
He's a great producer. He does a great job booking. He's got a full head of hair.
He does.
How about the beard? What about the beard?
He's not great on the mic, as you can hear, but he's got a wonderful red beard.
Hobo chic is what it is, right?
He's an excellent father. He's a good friend. He's great at his job, but he's still a bum.
Wow.
It's not a pejorative necessarily.
I guess.
Greg just chooses to live in an alley down by the river.
That's true.
Not a van.
Yeah, an alley.
Not even a van.
That would be an unbelievable feat of architecture. Like if someone could just actually build just an alley right down by the river. Frank Lloyd Wright.
Down by the river.
All you need is some
government cheese.
All you need are some buildings by a river, and hence you have it. Does it really take Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yeah, I don't know.
Frank
I don't know. Yeah, I did.
You're going strong early.
That's Chicago or not Chicago. Chicago or not Chicago. I'm just letting you know my Chicago.
You saw your life flash before your eyes. You're like, I'm bringing every moment.
That's right.
I'm going Frank Lloyd Wright from the word go.
Yeah. And you came in today in an unbelievable mood. I mean, this guy comes in here today. I don't get needled at all. Bill and I have been
alive,
in the same. That's the only reason
you're
why.
Alive.
Next week, even if you escape
I actually was in a terrible car wreck once. We won't get into it because it's a little downer. I'm still here. It's all good. But let's just say a lot of broken bones, some time in the old hospital.
Oh.
Scary, man.
That is.
I'm glad you're okay. Thoughts and prayers with the folks who you did see get in that accident.
Yes, absolutely.
We are going to be talking a ton of NBA. I got to ask you this real quick. We're going to do an ultimate hypothetical later in the show. I
like it.
Where you are going to weigh in, America, about if LeBron James were still with the Heat. If this Heat team were playing right now against this Chicago team, would they be faring better? You and I get a little, we won't give away our opinion, get a little fired up about it.
A little contentious.
Might go after each other.
I like it.
I might be that BMW, but I might swerve right into you with truth and logic.
Are you calling me a Dodge Nia?
Frank Lloyd Wright couldn't build you a house to protect you from my logic.
It's sticks and stones, Bill. It's sticks and stones, baby.
Who won Chicago, not Chicago last week?
I think I did.
No, I think I actually dominated that last week.
Oh, did Bill win?
Bill Ryder was the winner.
I'm sorry. I won so many weeks in a row. It just became commonplace for me to say that I won. Yeah,
that's because you're a regular season player. Last week, the playoffs began. Postseason began.
Okay, so now you're calling me Golden State. All right.
It's Golden. The thing about Golden State that is amazing to me is not that they're necessarily losing to Memphis. I think Memphis is one of those elite teams. I remember when the season started, we talked three. I thought there were three elite teams in the West. I thought the Spurs, Memphis, and Golden State. Now the Clippers have emerged as one. They took the Spurs down.
They have.
However, Memphis is the real deal. They have a top four offense. They have two, not one, but two great big men. Marc Gasol, good enough to be an MVP if it weren't for some of those other guys who just barely outperformed him this year. They know who and what they are. Mike Conley Jr. has been, I don't know, one of the most underrated point guards in the game, I would say.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect him to just embarrass Golden State, and I certainly didn't expect Steph Curry to shoot poorly. I mean, he's just not shooting well.
Unbelievable. And, the thing about this whole playoff scenario right now that's unfolding before us is that nothing has shaped up really to be, at least in the second round, to what we imagine it to be. Would you think that this is where everything is going right now? Would you potentially put the Wizards and the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals at the beginning of the season?
No, but also at the beginning of the season,
and Clippers, Grizzlies playing for it all?
I liked the Wizards a lot at the start of the season. They got off to a hot start, and then they sort of were a 500 team after that. We're decidedly mediocre after their hot start. Now, they don't have John Wall. And he's got basically what is broken wrist.
Sure, that's not great.
I don't know that he'll be playing. Paul Pierce,
tough.
by the way, we got to talk later in the show.
Truth, man.
So they
Los
asked
Angeles'
him.
own.
Chris Broussard asked him, "Did you call bank?"
He said, "I called game."
I called game.
Yeah, that was emphatic.
That was big time.
It's pretty good. I don't know, like we talked about on Fox Sports Live last night. I did the show with Jay Onright, and we kicked around the fact we don't know if his agent has trademarked that phrase yet, but someone should get on it immediately, if not
called
soon.
Game. 2 huge shots for Paul Pierce under pressure. The first was the bank shot to win it. The second was I called game.
I called game.
We know what he's all about.
I'm sorry, Paul. I didn't quite catch that.
I called game.
Dude, that is emphatic. You called it.
That was pretty good, man.
He did call game.
I had a chance. I was lucky enough to be able to cover Paul Pierce. With the
guy.
Boston Celtics. Yeah,
the truth don't lie.
The funny thing about it, remember He played for Roy Halladay. Remember when Roy Halladay threw the no-hitter in the postseason? Remember that?
Yeah.
Roy Halladay, no-hitter, postseason. I'm covering a Celtics preseason game in New Hampshire.
Okay. Sounds
Paul
awesome.
Pierce walks out. This is back when I had a filthy, dirty habit. I used to be a cigarette smoker. I was out back smoking a cigarette.
Is that why your athletic prowess fell off?
It never fell off.
Oh, okay.
Never has that happened.
Curious.
Never. Not once ever, Bill.
I understand.
Don't get confused. Though. But Paul,
did I throw you there?
I'm sitting there and I'm looking through my phone and I'm going through scores and everything. And next thing I hear this raspy voice, "Hey man, what happened with the playoffs?" And I look and it's Paul Pierce. And he's asking me, I relay the message. I'm like, yeah, Roy Halladay just threw a no-hitter and craziest no-hitter story I have. That's pretty much the end of it.
That's the only story.
But that was amazing. When you're just standing out back and you're sitting there and not expecting anyone. You didn't expect anyone to come out that back door.
Can you tell that a story every hour on the hour? And
No.
You're on the Ryder
You should have
Night
hit me
Show.
with a cool story, bro.
That was a good story,
Yeah.
but I thought there was more coming. You got real excited.
No, yeah.
And then he said, "Hi."
I don't know. You have much more interaction with these guys. You're rubbing elbows on the regular. You're sitting down having high-power meetings.
Yeah, it's awesome when they call me Phil Schneider.
Yeah.
What's up, Phil Schneider?
Yeah.
It's Bill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Bill Ryder.
Oh, you can call me William.
Speaking of a New England figure, you probably spent some time around.
Yeah.
Let's get into Tom Brady, the liar.
Tom Terrific.
You know what he ain't? Like
What's
Paul
that?
Pierce, he ain't the truth. It's coming up.
To all the moms of our hosts, Mommy! We just wanted to say thanks. Thanks for giving them a massive sense of entitlement.
This is the facts of life.
Thanks for telling them that everything they did was good, even when it sucked.
You're the best mom in the whole world.
Really, thanks. On Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, Arnie Spanier here. If you're anything like me, weekends are best spent with family, friends, and doing the stuff you love. So if you're in the need for a new car, the last thing you want to do is burn weekend after weekend hunting for the car you want. Instead, you got to check out TrueCar and the TrueCar mobile app. TrueCar's mobile app is honestly amazing. It's an awesome new way of buying a car. In 5 minutes of time, TrueCar's app not only lets you build the car you want, it tells you what others paid for it and lets you lock in guaranteed savings, usually over $3,000 less than MSRP. Again, if you're in the market for a new car and you want to have an amazing new experience buying it, you need to check out TrueCar. It's a fun way to buy a car that helps you be sure you never overpay. So get your weekends back and get the car you want without stressing about overpaying. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Download the TrueCar app today.
You've walked through 18 open houses, your feet hurt, and your head is buzzing. Living in a van is starting to sound strangely appealing, but then you hear it. The sound of hope, of Zillow. You glance at your phone to see a 3-bedroom Craftsman in the right school district. It's perfect, and it just showed up on your phone, like magic. So sign up for mobile alerts, and we'll send you homes that fit your criteria when they hit the market. And to think, you wanted to live in a van. Zillow. Find your way home.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Can you grab the Black Mamba out of the glove compartment and put it on the dash?
What?
Never mind. I'll get it.
Seriously? A rubber snake?
Better safe than sorry, man.
You try hard to protect your car. Why not make sure your engine is also protected with a regular oil change with motor oil and filters from AutoZone? Be ready for the road this summer with 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional motor oil and your choice of select oil filters for $21.99. Restrictions and details in store.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
On
On Mondays, AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to medical reporter Bern Pereso. She's the president and CEO of Good For All Marketing, coming in to tell us about medical providers right here in Ocala.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Michelin Nader is coming on. She's a successful entrepreneur, and she's written a book called The Dolphin's Dance, Discover Your True Self Through a Powerful 5-Step Journey.
Have all of your vehicle questions answered by Matt Gibbs on Auto Repair with Personal Care.
And then Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters is a retired U.S. Army officer and a strategist and veteran of the intelligence world. He's coming on the air to speak about his book, Valley of the Shadow, the third installment on the Boyd Award-winning novel series on the Civil War.
Greg Anton is a singer-songwriter. He's the co-founder of Zero. He's written a book called Face the Music, a story of love, self-discovery, and the spiritual power of music. And he's releasing a new single called Stephanie.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
The 5 Points of Life Foundation is hosting a golf scramble at Golden Ocala, Monday, May 11th. So get your foursome together and take part at one of the best golf courses in the Southeast. Limited spaces available, so visit 5pointsoflife.org or call 352-224-1728 to register your team today. This incredible tournament boasts one of the best player gift packages in the area. A delicious lunch will be provided and award ceremony. The 5 Points of Life Golf Tournament at Golden Ocala.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for Auto Repair with Personal Care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Foundation International and the Ad Council.
When you miss your favorite show,
that's bad. That's really bad.
Relax. There's no need to go crazy.
Are you mental? That was a definite crazy one right there.
Just podcast it. It's real easy.
This is a simple solution.
Go to foxsportsradio.com. foxsportsradio.com. Click listen. Then click podcast.
Everything neatly falls into place.
All of your favorite shows are just a click away.
We are Fox Sports!
Tonight on Fox Sports 1. Katie Nolan returns with her new weekly show, Garbage Time.
Cool.
Katie will give her take on the week's top stories and host celebrity guests. Garbage Time airs Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1.
I'll always love my mama. She's my favorite girl.
Oh, there you go. That's the Intruders. Sing it. I'll always love my mama. That's right. The Ryder and Wright Show. It continues. He's Bill Ryder.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
I am Cole Wright. Yeah, you got to give the shout-outs to moms,
Love
right?
my mom, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Happy Mother's Day to my wife, too, and your wife.
That's right. Thank you. Absolutely. Same goes to you, Lori. Happy Mother's Day out there. And my wife right now, she's at work, working busily.
Sounds nice.
She's getting it done. She's getting it done today. No, she's not really working, but she is working.
She's working, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of working.
And speaking of work,
okay,
they're putting in some work when it comes to the NFL and Deflategate. Yeah. Tom Brady. They're saying he's a flat out liar. There's a text chain.
When you say they, you mean the evidence?
I guess I guess so. But it's such a drummed up witch hunt.
Oh, come on! Are you going to go all pro Boston?
I worked in Boston.
I know you did.
I covered the Patriots.
I know
I
you
covered
did.
the Celtics. I covered the Red Sox. I covered the Bruins. But I don't think that really has anything to do with looking at this.
We're about to find out.
The second half of the game against the Colts is when they really poured it on. And those were with the regulation balls that were not, deflated. We're not to Tom Brady's liking,
You don't think momentum matters. You don't think getting a little bit of a lead matters. I'm not an NFL coach. I just know NFL coaches have told me it's a game of inches. Every moment matters. That's why they get so intense about every play. So even the slightest advantage, the slightest lead, the slightest self-confidence differential can make a big difference. It could be an avalanche effect.
I could see
small snowball creates a giant avalanche.
Yeah, one way or another, I think it can add momentum, a little bit of wind in your sail.
Yeah.
But not like that. Just for a little bit of the ball pressure, I don't think is going to dictate how many more points are going to be put on the board when it comes to that big of a scoring margin.
Be that as it may, when Barry Bonds allegedly filled his body with a number of performance enhancement,
he was cleared in a court of law.
He was clearly already one of the game's best players.
That's true. 500 home runs, 500
on track to be a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Clearly one of the all-time greats. nobody says, it's good. I don't mind that he did the old PEDs because he already had a lead. He's already doing okay. He was already like all the more reason, all the more egregious, all the more sad that Barry Bonds cheated and that your New England Patriots, Cole, right?
Mine.
Cheated. That's what it sounds like.
That's not my team. That's not. I'm just saying. I think
Tom Brady's a liar. Tom Brady threw a bunch of underlings completely under the bus. Tom Brady
it wasn't Ryan Braun style or anything.
Tom Brady, it was to those two cats.
Come on now.
Think if you're one of those two guys and he's like, I've never even heard of that guy. And you've been texting him and Tom Brady's telling you how to do your job. You're under enormous amount of pressure to do it. To cheat, right? Like everybody knows it's cheating. That's why you're talking about the fact it's cheating in the text message. It's why you're being secretive. It's why Tom Brady's throwing under the bus. So you cheat on behalf of Tom Brady, you break the rules, and then when you get caught, Tom Brady's like, I've never even heard of that one guy. Can you imagine, dude? That's not a good guy.
I just think
that's not a good guy.
I think the fact of the matter is that if they didn't win so much and they didn't have such a history of getting it done,
I think it's a history of cheating.
No,
because there's some of that too. I thought that's what you're going to
because everybody actually taped other squads and what they needed to do.
You're one of those guys.
We know this.
They got caught.
They did, but then other teams have done it too, though. That's the thing.
I'm sure there are guys that put performance-enhancing drugs in their bodies other than Barry Bonds. It doesn't make it okay for Barry Bonds.
It's almost like in baseball.
Wow.
If you're tipping signs, if you're trying to look at the catcher's signs and then you figure it out, it doesn't get.
That is not even remotely the same
thing. It gives
thing.
you a slight edge.
That's not even remotely the same
because you know what's coming, but it doesn't put the bat on the ball.
That's part of the game. There's a history of that.
No, man.
It's like poker.
I
dude.
disagree.
It's like poker. If a guy doesn't protect his cards, you have a right to look at them. That's different than like putting a camera somewhere.
Hold on, that's almost cheating. That's ethical.
No, that's totally okay.
The ethics in you. Oh, yeah. No,
totally
says the gambler sitting over here.
It is an expression.
Who's about to hop on a red eye to Macau.
There's an expression in poker. Got to protect your own. It's your job to protect your own cards. I once took $700 off a truck driver.
Whoa.
And when he saw that I was looking at his cards, it didn't go well. And I was like, bro, it's your job to protect your own cards. Thanks for the money. It's a side story.
That way, and he let you walk away with that money after he saw you looking at his cards.
What choice did he have? I was at a casino with security. Had it been in a barn where I've had some issues.
A barn, yeah.
That's happened. Actually happened once.
Had it been playing.
Had a real bad moment in a barn playing poker.
What are you playing in the movie Life?
It sure
playing
felt like
for a pocket watch or something like
that?
I
felt like I was in Rounders when that movie was cool.
That's a good. Yeah, that was a good.
It's a great movie.
Good card movie.
It's a great card movie.
What do you like that better 21?
Tom Brady. The guy lied. The guy cheated. People want to. This is the thing that
bypass
can I tell you
my
what
card movie
frustrates me
question,
especially about it.
Bypassing my card movie question. Huh?
I totally went by
Rounders are 21. Give me the answer and then go to Tom Brady. Okay, back to Tom Brady.
Apologize.
Okay,
I got real excited about Tom Brady.
It's all right. Yeah,
I got fired up again.
Most people do.
I remember
He's
that
a handsome guy.
Yeah, his fake smile. You know what he must be?
Oh.
He's Don Johnson from Tin Cup, one of the great sports movies of all time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's completely phony, right? Here's one of the things that really frustrates me is the apologists, and not you, but there are apologists out there. And they're never-ending ways to twist their own logic in order to comfort Tom Brady and wrap him in a veil of everything's going to be okay-isms. On Fox Sports Live, a show that you often host,
yes,
with many of my favorite people in the world, almost all athletes or former athletes, when the story first broke, I got inundated for suggesting that maybe Tom Brady was in on it, that there's no way this could happen without Tom Brady, that Tom Brady maybe wasn't the saint we thought. And to a man, there must have been 7 people they rotated in as parts of those debates that lasted weeks. To a man, their response was, they haven't proven anything, you're reaching, if we ever find out he did something wrong, then we're going to come down on him, but we don't know. Okay, let's fast forward several months later, now we do know, and those same people, and people like them, are saying this isn't a big deal. Oh, hold on, let's rewind. 5 months ago, it was going to be a big deal if we... So here's my thing. People, not you, people want to apologize for Tom Brady. They want to pretend everything's okay. A lot of folks, especially people who played the game, always want to cover for other athletes because they feel like there's a code of silence, kind of like with cops or any group, journalists, whoever it is. That's fine. You can live by your code, but when your code makes you pretend Tom Brady's not a liar, not a cheater, not a guy that damaged the game or his own legacy, I'm sorry, man, that's not truth. That's just you protecting a code that is based on garbage. And Tom Brady... A little bit of garbage now in his legacy.
And I don't know if every quarterback or every former player abides by said code.
A lot of them do.
A lot do.
There are some Serpicos out there. There's Serpico in that stuff.
You're going all Al Pacino Serpico on us.
I'm out of order. That's not Serpico.
I like that.
That's Justice for All. Yeah.
But the thing about it is when you actually see some of these guys who defend Tom Brady and those who don't. Like I said, all the detractors, I think it's because of their superiority. It's been shown that they know how to win and they know how to get it done. So I think everyone is looking for cracks or flaws in their armor, and they want to find out what are they doing that everyone else can't do in order to get it done.
Here's what I think about me, dude. I hate cheaters, man. Like in baseball, on Wall Street, in politics, in sports. And we live in a culture where people who have power or money or fame are given a pass for those things. We've seen it in police work, we've seen it on Wall Street, and we see it in sports because we don't want to believe our heroes or whatever they are do something wrong. And I'd rather on the other side. I'd rather say, I get there's a lot of money. I get if you're Tom Brady, there's a lot of fame, probably a lot of arrogance, just believe you can get away with it. But if you get caught, I want you to be punished. I don't want Barry Bonds or Mark McGwire to ever step foot in the Hall of Fame, even though they're great guys. I don't want Tom Brady to get off scot-free. I hope he misses 6 games. I hope they take away a ton of first-round draft picks.
6 games?
You can miss a season.
Come
You
on.
can miss a season if you're Josh Gordon for getting stoned in a country where that's legal in several states, but you actually break the rules. You cheat.
Josh Gordon broke the rules. It says in the NFL rule book that you cannot smoke marijuana. And it's against the rules. No matter what it says in any other state, you can't do it.
And you just made my point for me. Tom Brady's got to miss the entire season, no matter what it says in any other state or anyone else's heart.
Entire season, yeah.
Well, what's the difference?
You can deflate balls in Oregon, but
you should miss. You should miss an entire season for getting stoned, but Tom Brady should get a pass, little slap on the ass.
You don't miss an entire season if you're caught for your first time infraction. Josh Gordon was a repeat offender.
Here's another reason I think there should be a strong punishment in the NFL rules and bylaws. It says if you do not cooperate in an investigation, you're liable to be punished even more severely. Tom Brady refused to cooperate. All the evidence came despite the fact that Tom Brady did not cooperate. Now that he's been caught, that should factor in. If Roger Goodell has the you-know-what to bring the hammer down. I want the hammer drop, man.
The hammer may get dropped, but I don't think it's going to get dropped on Tom Terrific. Everyone's saying that he didn't cooperate, he didn't hand in his cell phone. Everyone said, well, Ray Rice handed in his cell phone. Now, the audacity of people to put that in the same conversation. Not saying that was. No. Yeah. That's not you. That's not the same. That's your
that guy's career should be over.
Absolutely. His life should be over as far as that's concerned. We're talking about
cheating versus domestic violence, obviously.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous that people would even say that in the same breath. I mean, really? What Ray Rice did and what Tom Brady did, completely different.
I just hate that people think that they're bigger than the game. Like, they're bigger than the game. And this argument that deflated footballs don't matter, A, to your point, a rule's a rule, and B, of course it matters, or else you wouldn't go to such great... And by the way, every guy wants it differently. Aaron Rodgers wants that ball completely pumped up.
Yeah.
If he could, he would go beyond the limit. Everybody does it within the spectrum of what's allowed, but when you go past that spectrum, when you create a system to cheat and deceive, when you involve underlings who you pressure, peer pressure, their jobs, their livelihood, everybody's got families to feed. If you're the underling at any company in America, including the Patriots, and the boss or the superstar comes to you and puts their arm around you and says, you better do this, but you're my pal, you're going to do it. Like, these guys are going to get crushed, man. Their careers are damaged, their reputations are damaged, but Tom Brady gets to skate? I think that's baloney, bro.
Would you liken this whole fiasco kind of, you're a Midwest guy.
I am.
How about would you kind of equate this to George Brett and the Pine Tar bat?
Well, no, because that was one time with a bat, and George Brett, based on his reaction, didn't think he'd done anything wrong.
Well,
that was amazing.
It's almost like someone saying, if you put Pine Tar on the barrel of a bat, you're going to hit more home runs.
He didn't involve.
Not really.
He didn't involve anybody else. I think that's a different deal.
Okay, but I mean, it's almost like you deflate the ball, a PSI here or there, not that big.
We're gonna get back into this because you and I are fired up.
We are.
And I shouldn't have gone so hard at you when you're wearing your Tom Brady and Patriots t-shirt and pants.
Don't believe that.
That wasn't cool.
Don't believe that for one second.
That's a complete lie. That's a Tom Brady lie. That's what Tom Brady does. He just says stuff that isn't true.
Does.
In 60 seconds, we're going to talk to Jared Zwerling from Bleacher Report about the NBA playoffs. But first, here's what's trending.
Game 4 in the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Cavs and Bulls in Chicago is coming up in moments. Chicago with a 2-1 series lead, but bad news for the Bulls broke earlier today as it was announced Pau Gasol is out with a strained hamstring. Game 4 between the Rockets and Clippers is later tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time. LA with a 2-1 series lead there. Brought to you by TrueCar. Find the new car you want, see what others paid, and lock in guaranteed savings from TrueCar certified dealers. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Download the TrueCar app app today. In golf, final round of the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass. A four-way tie atop the leaderboard at 10 under par is Chris Kirk, Ben Martin, Bill Haas, and Kevin Kisner. And in Rory McIlroy is even through 10 holes today, 6 under for the tournament. In Major League Baseball, the Red Sox have a 6-4 lead over the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 8th, Pablo Sandoval, Mike Napoli have home runs. I'm Jonas Knox.
We are Fox Sports. Turn it up. The One is on.
Fox Sports 1. America's new sports network.
Go to foxsports1.com to find the channel number for Fox Sports 1 in your area.
Let's go online.
The Ride and Ride Show, Fox Sports Radio. Happy Mother's Day to you and yours and your mother. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Cole Wright, Bill Ryder hanging out with you. Coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 15% or more in car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The only hard part, figuring out which way is easier. We're chilling on Twitter at @ColeWright_FS1. Was that the proper emphasis on the underscore?
You said it.
Do you want to do it again?
With plenty of authority. I like it.
ColeWright_FS1. I'm
like
at.
it.
Well, how do I emphasize? Just nothing. Sports Writer.
Nothing.
REITER.
Really no emphasis.
My last name.
Just smooth.
By the way, D at Don_neighbor tweets, "What's up?" with a shout out to the West Covina's great sports talk. So there's your shout out.
Nice. West Covina.
Shout out to you guys.
Isn't Martin Lawrence a police officer there?
Is he really?
No, it's from the movie Blue Streak.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
West Covina, yeah.
I don't think I've seen Blue Streak.
I was on
HBO.
Not great.
I was going to check it
it's
out.
Not great. No, you weren't.
You know, my cousin, Stephanie, came over last night hanging out with the family. Insisted we watch New Girl. Hilarious.
Oh, that's a Fox television program.
Shockingly hilarious.
It's, Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, she just moved into the South Bay, too.
Really?
She's our neighbor. And my other neighbor, a neighbor of mine came home yesterday with a few cocktails in him, had just been to a baptism party and had met Vince Vaughn.
Wow, Chicago guy.
Little LA story. By the way, shout out to Iowa. We're on the air. Shout out to Kansas. Shout out to all of you all the way across America, including
Sea to Shining Sea.
Beautiful Chicago, where Cole Wright is from, where I once lived. With Chicago, not Chicago later. And we are approaching tip-off.
You'll be owned in Chicago, not Chicago.
It'd be a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. I'm glad you agreed. You agreed even before I got through with it. So you've got a Bulls and a Cavs team, both teams, kind of beat up. Little ragged, little bloodied. No Pau Gasol.
Yeah,
no Kevin Love.
With Pau Gasol being hurt.
Pau's got a nice tie on, though.
He does. He does.
And a well-coiffed curly hair look.
Business-like, very business-like right there. But if he was back in the fold, the Bulls would be the one team, it seems like, that has the asterisk by him right now, that the only team that's healthy. But they're not. And it seems like this is a postseason of ifs and buts or candy and nuts. We'd all have a Merry Christmas if that was the case.
Wait, what does that give that to me again?
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
That's a lot better than Clippers clipping along.
Wow.
Which was we're trying to work through some things.
What was wrong with Clippers clipping along?
The fact you have to ask that question tells me I got to keep bringing it up.
I didn't even say it like that. I said, the Clippers, they're winning. They're clipping along.
You said clipping along. You got this big smile. You got this Tom Brady, Jim Gray smile.
Wow. That's how. You see how he does me, Greg? You see how he does me? We do shows on the weekdays together.
I keep it true. I keep it candid.
I can't believe it. I keep it
real.
I thought with the Clippers, when they're winning, they're playing at a torrid pace.
Greg Bergman corrected my grammar on the air last week. 3 different people who apparently are English teachers, I'm going to look it up, texted me like, no, he was wrong. That's why he lives in an alley.
Did actually people that have that?
Yeah, you did it wrong. I looked it up.
I don't think no one messaged him about that. Greg. Don't let me back into that corner.
Go to grammar or whatever. Go look it up.
Don't let him back.
You embarrass yourself. I think the rule, Greg, is just don't come on the mic till you're invited.
Wow.
You jump on.
What is this assault?
Hey, the Cavaliers, they're gonna beat the Grizzlies.
Why are we bringing old stuff up? Why are we bringing old stuff up? This was last week.
Bro, the Cavs aren't playing the Grizzlies in a series. The Grizzlies have a.
Yeah, because that's what I said. I got the names
I'm
wrong.
giving you examples of what can happen.
And why did he make you look like the biggest meathead ever? He put his hands on the microphone and was like,
the people can't see that.
Yeah,
it's radio.
Yeah, you were getting into it.
They can't see the visual.
I'm trying to paint that picture.
Are you painting?
I'm
Bill going after everybody right now.
My best Van Gogh.
I'm feeling fired up because Cole Wright has 2 really angry wolves on his shirt.
No, it's a great white shark fighting a grizzly bear.
That's what it is.
That's
2
intense.
different animals that Cole has actually wrestled and beaten in the wilderness.
It's a bit aggressive, isn't it? It's the ultimate hypothetical. It's who would win if they tangle.
Is that coming up now? Are you the ultimate hypothetical here?
We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it.
If you want to get in line because the phone lines light up, we're going to do this. And the number is 877-99 on Fox. You tell us. We're going to tell you too. We're going to get into it. All of us. You'll be included. If the Miami Heat from last year were subbed in with LeBron James for the Cleveland Cavaliers of this year, would things be going better or worse? Which team would LeBron have a better shot to get past the Bulls and to win this whole damn thing? Last year's Miami team, this year's Cleveland team. I'm feeling a little aggressive today.
Ultimate
in a good mood, though.
Since it's the ultimate hypothetical, Chris Bosh still on the floor, right?
I mean,
it's a curveball.
Come on, he's on the floor. You know the answer we talked about.
We'll
figure it out.
It's like what's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio with the spinning top?
Oh, Inception.
It's like a dream inside of a dream.
877
ultimate hypothetical inside of a whole ultimite hypothetical.
Better than clip along. That was really strong.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, Bill.
877-99 on Fox. I will watch my mouth. You call in 877-99 on Fox. Where would LeBron James have a better shot of winning a championship this time around? Last year's Heat team, this year's Cleveland Cavaliers team. You tell us. If he stayed in Miami, basically, would he have a better shot than with this group? This group of... By the way, if you're going to let Bosh be healthy, you got to let Kevin Love be healthy. That's part of the equation. So it's like, they're not the same player, but they play a similar role.
Well, Kevin Love wouldn't even be in the equation because LeBron's on Miami.
I'm saying this year's Cleveland team.
Oh, okay.
Part of the ultimate hypothetical.
Very true. Very true.
Do you think that Chicago, if they get past Cleveland, have enough to win the whole enchilada? Because it's one thing to beat Cleveland, because LeBron's weird, man. Like, there are times when he just doesn't play well, and that's a big part of what goes wrong for Cleveland. I want to give him credit for this. Mark Schwartz, who's a friend of mine, an excellent reporter for the Worldwide Leader, asked LeBron a very difficult but fair question, I thought. Did you see this?
I did not.
Kyrie was sitting next to LeBron, right?
Okay.
They're sitting on the podium together. Mark raises his hand and says, LeBron, in November, December, Kyrie had 0 assists. You were very public in saying he needed to do more, he needed to distribute the ball, that it was on him. This game, today, Kyrie had 0 assists. Do you have the same response? Tough question.
Yeah,
Kyrie's sitting next to him.
Yeah.
And Kyrie kind of looked like if you had slapped a guy, if you had simply slapped a guy, like if you were an invisible man, you slapped a guy, that's what Kyrie looked like. Like, oh, who slapped me?
He was knocked out?
He was not entirely happy with the question, but LeBron answered it really well, I thought, with a lot of maturity, and it speaks to a different LeBron, the guy I covered 4 years ago. LeBron's answer was, no, it's not on Kyrie. I was, whatever it was, 1 of 7 from the three-point line. I had 9 turnovers. If I had 5 turnovers, if I had 6 turnovers, just 2 or 3 turnovers less, maybe we win that game. I didn't distribute the ball as well as I should have. I think it was like 11 or 25. I wasn't very efficient. If I'd made just a couple more shots. So LeBron, I thought, very cool, taking one from the team. Because 4 years ago, I think the answer, not because it was a bad guy, different. I just don't know that he would have gotten the same answer. And however, his stats do speak to the fact LeBron hasn't played particularly well in the games they've lost.
He hasn't. And the one thing about LeBron that, he is the best player by definition in the NBA right now. But everyone, they like to go out there and they tab him with this label as the greatest player on the planet. Now, I guess by definition, he is. But the biggest problem for me
asterisk being an active player.
is that I grew up watching Michael Jordan.
I get it.
I was spoiled. That's what we had. WGN. You flip it on.
In the same town.
Exactly. You flip it on 7 nights a week. You can catch a Bulls game. For the most part. And I feel spoiled because in the playoffs, Michael Jordan never had games like LeBron.
Oh, there's no doubt.
He never had those games where he fell off offensively. I mean, remember when we were kids growing up? If Michael Jordan didn't score over 25 points, we thought the world was going to stop.
We could have done an ultimate hypothetical on what would have happened if Jordan had this Cavs team, but that would have been stupid because they would have won in 5 games almost every time.
Yeah, they would have beat the brakes off.
Because he would have gone, whatever it took.
That extra gear, he has it.
Yeah, he is the greatest player of all time. And I've said this, I think the moment that LeBron failed to lead his team past the Spurs last year, so the second time he failed in the finals, he was playing and is playing from a legacy perspective, almost certainly, unless they win like 7 in a row at some point, for the second greatest player of all time. But that's a hell of an accomplishment. And for me, that's Magic he's competing against, which I think is a better and more interesting debate.
He's not going to catch it.
Because like Magic, LeBron and Magic, you can't really describe their position. Yeah. You can only kind of say
hybrids.
Who they are. Like, he's a LeBron. I mean, LeBron, is he a 1? Is he a 5? It's really difficult to do.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
Let's do the ultimate hypothetical.
Okay, I like it.
Which team would be more ferocious in the postseason and have a better chance of doing what Cole Wright does and kicking some ass against all comers? Would it be LeBron James with this year's Miami Heat team or LeBron James with this year's Cleveland Cavaliers team? We want you to tell us. 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox.
Do it.
Where should LeBron James be? Miami or Cleveland? If he wants to try to get another ring.
Tired of liars?
I thought I wanted to fight.
Or how about cheaters?
I didn't hold to the ball in any way.
Us too. That's why when you tune into us,
I'm telling you the truth. Is there some truth here?
We know the truth.
And that's the doggone truth.
Never lying or cheating you out of good sports talk.
That's right.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, Steve Gorman here. Memorial Day weekend is a time to remember the brave men and women who served our great country, as well as a time to spend that extra day off with family and friends. It's also the perfect time to get my car ready for all of those summer road trips ahead. Now, that means changing oil filters, checking fluids, to inspecting brakes and replacing wiper blades. O'Reilly Auto Parts has everything you need to get the job done, all at guaranteed low prices. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day.
When the work you love involves actual hard work, you need a John Deere Gator utility vehicle. The powerful Gator XUV 825i has a 1,400-pound payload and seating that accommodates up to 4 people, so you can get whatever and whoever, anywhere they need to go. Visit your John Deere dealer today. Live for what you do. Go Gator.
Ag Pro Companies is your local John Deere dealer. For details on all 24 of our locations, visit agprocompanies.com or visit myjohndeeredealer.com.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
First, have you ever wondered why most people hold a phone to their right ear? Because our right ear is linked to our left brain, which is better able to process speech and language. When women were given a list of 10 proven weight loss maintenance methods, the only 2 that consistently worked were taking 10,000 steps a day and eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So an easy way to save money is to make your own coffee at home.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75. One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Do you have that will to win? Did I win? Because you know we do.
Yes! We win!
I'm doomed.
Oh my God.
We gotta win!
Giving you the love, the passion, the commitment.
This is what we're going to have on the show. It's refreshing.
And the will to win.
How do they keep winning?
Right.
Now let's go. Approach and identify.
We are Fox Sports! Tonight on Fox Sports 1, Katie Nolan returns with her new weekly show, Garbage Time.
Cool.
Katie will give her take on the week's top stories and host celebrity guests. Garbage Time airs Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1.
Mama, I'm coming home. Selfish love, yeah.
Ooh, yes, we are back once more. The Right and Right Show, it continues to chug along. And what does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means you could probably, and you should have, gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. So do it. Go there right now. It's the ultimate hypothetical.
Ooh, I love that.
Mm-hmm. What happens when you go to geico.com? You save 15% or more on car insurance. So it's not really an ultimate hypothetical.
No,
but
it's actually just an ultimate truth.
It is.
Like Paul Pierce.
It's laid on the floor right there, and everyone knows what's coming down the pipe. You're going to save.
It might be a bit. That was really good.
You're going to save.
You're going to save. You smoothed that out, too.
You like that?
You're going to save.
You like
I did.
that?
It was a little Batman, a little like...
kind of, sort of, a little grovel.
Little Don Juan meets Batman. You ever heard that combo before?
I never have.
That's
Don
new.
Juan. Okay.
Don Juan beats...
It's that time. Let's go.
You know what time it is? Here we go, yo. Your ultimate hypothetical.
So what's the scenario?
So
That's right.
What's the scenario?
That's a great song, by the way. Great song, by the way. Tribe Called Quest. Now, the ultimate hypothetical this week, it falls under the umbrella of the association. And I think, Bill, the question that everyone wants to know, that has everyone on the edge of their seats.
I'm on the edge of my seat because I want to know.
If LeBron James was in the playoffs this year, but he was on last year's Miami team.
Okay.
So
is it last year's or this year's? What if he stayed in Miami?
Okay, say it's this year's Miami team.
Because then he got Hassan Whiteside.
With LeBron James.
Yeah, it's part of the equation.
With LeBron James right now.
He's pretty good.
Playing against the Bulls. And I'm throwing another ultimate hypothetical in the ultimate hypothetical because Chris Bosh.
You can't do that.
I can because I'm the one who invented the ultimate hypothetical. So.
Okay, that's erroneous.
Erroneous on both counts.
So regardless, he's in a better position with Cleveland, from my mind, because Kyrie Irving is the best player on either of those teams not named LeBron James.
Okay.
Kevin Love is more than a equal substitute for Chris Bosh. From a talent perspective, it took him well to fit in with that team. Obviously, he's injured now, but if you're going to allow Chris Bosh to magically not be injured, you have to magically allow Kevin Love to be healthy as well.
Okay, but the great thing you said is about that it took them a while to come together. The Heat were already together.
Shumpert over...
They were cohesive. They had already gelled.
Shumpert over Chalmers, right?
Who?
J.R. Smith over...
Mario Chalmers!
Mario Chalmers is... not awful, it's a little strong. Mario Chalmers is a frustrating talent.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say bum less.
Bum squad.
You know who's not a bum?
Who's that?
Kurt in Scottsdale.
He's the man. He's been hanging for a while. He's ready to jump on the horn.
Kurt, you're on the air with Bill Ryder and Cole Wright. What's up, man?
How you doing, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Excellent. What do you got, man? Who do you think? Who do you like better? You like LeBron on the Heat in this playoffs against the Bulls right now, or do you like LeBron right where he's at on Cleveland?
I honestly think that it's really not. It's kind of a toss-up, to be honest with you, because I think they're very similar in a lot of ways, with the exception of Kevin Love is able to do more than Bosh. Bosh seems to be like a shadow of himself when he plays with LeBron. He just posts up and shoots threes all day long.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, it's, the Heat, I think if it wasn't for the Spurs, I think LeBron would still be there to this day, and they'd be going for 4 in a row. But take away the experience of the Heat. I mean, Irving and Love really don't have any experience, but, I mean, I think it's an interesting question. I really don't think those teams are too much different because when D. Wade is healthy, I mean, he does a lot of the same things Kyrie Irving can do. He can take over a game in no time. So it would be really close. That'd be interesting to see if whatever would happen with those guys if they played each other.
Kurt, great phone call, buddy.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you. Imagine if a DeLorean, instead of going in time, could go to alternate universes.
Wow.
Here's the thing. He makes
pick
a good
up
point.
players and say, come on back. We're going back in time a little bit.
Dwayne Wade's a better player, at least so far, than Kyrie Irving.
So far.
That's if you go in the time machine, man. Like, Dwayne Wade is not the Dwayne Wade from 5 years ago.
He has flashes, though. Hence the nickname.
Only because he's called Flash.
Well, he'll have spurts.
Not the last one.
He'll have 4-game stretches where he puts up unbelievable offensive numbers, and then he'll go cold, for 6 games or so, and then he'll sprinkle a game in here or there where he's solid on both sides of the ball. But like you said, not the same player he once was. But I think it's all about that team chemistry, that team dynamic. And if LeBron James was still with Miami and they hadn't had a dent in their armor courtesy of the Spurs, I think that that would be a solid team. They would still be competing. And, it just all depends.
I'm strong on Team Cleveland. I did write last March before anyone thought this could happen that when Cleveland got the number 1 overall pick, so I guess it was actually this time, that there was no doubt, I thought, or little doubt LeBron was going to go home because it created a scenario where they could go out and get Kevin Love, which I wrote, and they ended up doing. Kyrie Irving, I thought, would be a better player. Chris Bosh is a great player, but doesn't fit in particularly well with LeBron James, something that's so true. Bosh talked about it both with me at a Fox Sports 1 one-on-one and just in general with the media this past summer, like going into the regular season and sort of when he did the media tour thing. And the fact is that Chris Bosh is injured, is out, did have a very scary health issue that he's going to recover from.
Sure. So
he would have been without Kevin Love and without Chris Bosh. I think he made the right call. And I'll go further. Like whatever happens in this Bulls series, if they don't win, it's at least so far, based on what we've seen, it's not going to be because Kyrie didn't step up. It's not going to be because his supporting players didn't play well. It's going to be because LeBron turned the ball over. And LeBron was 1 of 7 from the three-point line. And LeBron wasn't efficient, at least so far in this series. Chicago's up 2-1 in the series because LeBron hasn't been able to bring his game to a level against that Bulls defense that allowed his team to win.
Are you a fan of water cooler knowledge, Bill?
I love water cooler.
Do you like to impress your friends and wow your counterparts?
I do.
You do. I think you do. So, when the Bulls are in a best-of-7 series and they lead 2-1, you want to know what the record is?
How many times have they done it?
18-3.
No.
18-3. But
take away Jordan though. What are they?
Well, yeah, I don't know. That would I think 2
and
3 of them. Yeah, I have no
2
clue.
and 3.
But if you fast forward just a little bit, when they're 3-1 in a series, 14-0. So if the numbers tip at the scale in the favor of the Bulls, if they win this game right here, which they have a 4-point lead right now on LeBron James and Cleveland,
man,
they'll be sitting pretty. Hopefully, for all you Bulls fans out there, myself included.
We're going to do Chicago, not Chicago later in the show. Let me ask you this, my friend. If the Bulls make the NBA Finals, because I will be at the NBA Finals covering
you will be
for Fox Sports 1.
That's right.
Where should be my go-to spot?
In Chicago?
Yeah.
To eat? What are you looking for?
A little bit of everything. I'm going to hit the Billy Goat because I like that spot.
Okay.
I'm going to go to, if the Cubs are in town, I'll probably hit a game to get a...
You're a barbecue guy, aren't you?
I like barbecue, and I'm a bit of a foodie, so I don't mind like a little upscale...
Okay, all right.
A little upscale spot.
If I had to put down some solid ironclad recommendations, I'm going to go barbecue for you first.
Okay.
Going to go on Division. It's in Wicker Park.
Ooh, I like Wicker Park.
It's a tremendous spot. I know you like music as well.
I do.
Live music. I know you're a fan of it.
I am.
They have a nice bourbon selection. The Smoke Daddy.
I'm a big fan of that.
The Smoke Daddy. Live music, bourbon, burnt ends, everything you want under the sun.
Right.
Best barbecue in Chicago.
Where's the most likely spot where I see Derrick Rose?
Giordano's Pizza.
There we go.
He's a proprietor
That's a
of
good
those
point. Is he
establishments.
really?
He is. He's part owner.
It's pretty good pizza.
It's pretty good.
We got a lot coming up in the show.
I'm a Lou Malnati's guy myself, though.
Are you?
I am.
Is that how you roll?
I am. That's how I roll.
Chicago pizza all the way?
All day.
Regardless of the inter-Chicago choices?
Unless I have to walk down the street and eat pizza.
Joe Sullivan from the Boston Globe is coming up, and we're going to talk some more NBA playoffs on the Ryder Wright Show. Do this.
We are Fox Sports.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Shop at Shannon Roth Collection for your special someone this Mother's Day. We'll guide you to the perfect gift to make you a winner in your lady's eyes. We have hobo handbags, 4 new cutting-edge jewelry lines, 6 new apparel lines, shoes, that on-the-go favorite as well, chocolate. And don't forget, we have free gift wrapping to make your shopping experience a breeze at Shannon Roth Collection. The Shannon Roth Collection located on the historic square in downtown Ocala.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Who did this?
P&P Tiki's and more, of course. Now I have a tiki hut for shade, and I can enjoy the sounds of my cascading fountain while feeding my koi fish in my own pond. They even fixed my fence and redid all my landscaping. Nice to see a professional, reliable, family-owned business. Yes, P&P Tiki's is the natural Florida tiki builder and water features designer. With free estimates, P&P Tiki's is licensed and insured. Call 352-877-3307 for your very own tiki hut and more. That's 352-877-3307. P&P Tiki's.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
In the center of their chest until help arrives. It's incredibly easy and effective. Hands can do incredible things, but nothing compares to using them to help save a life. Find out more about this latest method of CPR at handsonlycpr.org. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's the Ben Maller Show.
Right?
Ben Maller.
Let's stop the rhetoric about asterisk for the Patriots and all that, because that is the ultimate slippery slope. And as the holy pope of the slippery slope, I would like to tell you the ugly truth when you start playing the asterisk game. If you want to walk in that particular minefield, you're cooking up a recipe for disaster. If you want to sit here and say, well, the Patriot championship doesn't count because deflated football, you got to then take away Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks championship because a bunch of those guys were on Adderall. How about we go to the Ravens? They allowed that scumbag, Ray Lewis, who hid evidence in a murder investigation. Shout out White Suit. They allowed him to play. They shouldn't get that championship in Baltimore. How about New Orleans? The Saints, you don't see where I'm going with this? The Saints, they were dabbling in a bounty scandal.
The Ben Maller Show. Overnights will never be the same.
I couldn't go to sleep. I didn't want to miss anything.
Weeknights, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. More severe weather hitting much of the country. In South Dakota, a tornado damaging the town of Delmont in the east. In the west, a foot of snow in the Black Hills. In Texas, storms forcing travel delays in Dallas. One death from a twister yesterday in Cisco. And it's more of the same in many areas.
There are a number of thunderstorms that span from the upper Midwest down into the southern plains, and those storms will continue to develop, intensify, and generally spread east-northeastward through the night.
Jared Geyer of the Storm Prediction Center. 3 people arrested in the killing of 2 Hattiesburg, Mississippi police officers.
Both officers, 34-year-old Benjamin Dean and 25-year-old LaCorey Tate, were murdered following a traffic stop. Dean, a K-9 officer who was previously named Officer of the Year, leaves behind a wife and 2 small children. Officer Tate was a newcomer to the force.
Fox's Molly Line. They're the first police deaths in that area in nearly 3 decades. Fox News. We report, you decide.
A few days ago, Brooke Tudine posted an inspirational quote on her wall that got 17 likes and 3 comments. Thumbs up, Brooke. Geico also wants to make a comment. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. And nothing says inspiration better than saving money. Well, except for those posters that say things like teamwork, excellence, and make it happen. Hashtag keep climbing. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Every business trip starts with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, this country wasn't built by folks waiting for opportunities to come to them. They went to their people and things got done. And if you're one of those business people, there's a range of choice hotels like Comfort Inn for every type of business trip.
Should I stay or should I go?
You always have a choice. Book now at choicehotels.com.
One.
Yeah.
You're like, great, bro.
Punch it home. Punch it home.
Bring it.
Yeah.
With the thunder of a Colruyt fastball.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that analogy. Yeah,
you
I like
it?
that. Yeah, it makes me feel like
Clipper's clipping along. Is that not cool?
You build me up just to bring me down.
I'm about trying to catch you. Trying to get catchy.
Build me up, Buttercup. Thanks a lot, man.
Build me up, Buttercup. That's one of those songs you have to sing if you hear it. It's an actual rule.
You do, not me.
By the way, dude, the Bulls about to gore the Cavaliers.
Okay, I like that.
By the way,
I like that.
We're coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. We got executive producer Greg Bergman back there with a big old fro and he's wearing an LA Dodgers shirt. See how he abandoned UCLA?
He did. He jumped off that bandwagon real quick.
Told me one day in the hallway, they're done. I'm done with them.
There was a UCLA hat on the ground out there, and I saw him walk by, pick it, and spit on it. I was like, Greg, what?
So, are we in agreement?
Come on in.
Don't you dare do that. That's not even funny.
It was pretty funny.
I was being facetious.
Yes, I like facetious better.
Yes,
that's better.
Yes. It was
all right,
all
that's enough, Greg. That was great. Great contribution by Greg Berman.
Right.
Greg is one of those.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Talent is usually super sensitive. Greg is an incredibly talented executive producer.
He is.
But a little sensitive.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, look at you being all nice. Look at you
Greg's
being
my boy, man.
I know what you think.
Greg's my boy, man. We went to
He's my
Pink's.
I love Greg. He's my
went to
friend.
Pink's Hot Dogs. How many times you hung out with Greg? How many times you and Greg just hung out?
Several.
Is it Greg? Is this true?
Yeah, there's been a few.
Okay, all right.
So Greg and I guess you better back off.
Greg and I have only known each other for a short time.
Look at you being all Tom Brady, full of lies.
We played golf together. We went out into Pink's Hot Dogs. I had myself a tremendous hot dog over there. It's a great.
I don't want to get in the way. Do you guys want a little moment?
No, it's all right.
You guys have a little bonding moment.
2 guys hanging out, going to Pink's,
chilling. I was good about this NBA game and the fact that if the Bulls
a bunch of guys hanging out.
Put it down on Cleveland again, they basically close this series out. By basically,
look at that shot that Derrick Rose just made.
Every time Derrick Rose goes up, and you and I were watching this game last hour, and he stole the ball from LeBron, taxed the rim, weaves between a couple guys, goes up strong, and I audibly went, like I still get nervous. That's the only thing with me and the Chicago Bulls and Derrick Rose is he could be fine.
You just don't know.
But he's the only guy on the floor in the NBA playoffs right now where if he comes down hard and is down for a moment, your mind goes to career over, season over, whatever it may be, and that can be wrong. I thought his season was over when he got hurt again this year. Not only is he back, but as you just pointed out, he's playing incredibly well. He's looking good. He's rejuvenated this team. They are so far. They just hit a 3-pointer, by the way, and Colruyt gave a little silent fist bump.
Yeah,
fist, not fist bump. It was
that was
clenched
Nicola.
Man. Chicago's looking super strong.
Mr. Merritt.
You got friends in Chicago. Are they feeling optimistic? You're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Are they optimistic about Derrick Rose, or is there still a little bit of hesitancy?
They like him.
They like him. I like him too.
How can you not? How can you?
But I just mean, do they feel confident he will be healthy the entire postseason, or is there still a little hesitancy about maybe investing some emotional belief in Derrick Rose?
I don't think anyone will be 100% great feeling about him until the postseason is done. Until he manages to maneuver his way through an entire postseason unscathed.
Yep.
That's when I think fans in Chicago will be able to exhale and breathe.
Be like, I'm a believer.
The proverbial sigh of relief.
Who is the best player in the NBA from Chicago right now playing in the NBA?
Best player from Chicago?
Gotta be Anthony Davis, right?
Well, he's in the NBA. I thought you meant in the playoffs right
in
now.
The NBA.
In the wow.
Because Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade.
Oof.
People forget that Isaiah Thomas obviously not playing now. There's such a storied history of Chicago's
players. A basketball town, man.
Jabari Parker.
Definitely. I don't know. Tony Allen.
Oh yeah.
Tony Allen's from
He's
Chicago.
not the best.
He's not.
But he might be the best defensive
first team
player.
all defense. He'll let you know it, even if he doesn't make first team all defense.
I don't even know if I voted him for first team.
He's a baller. He is a baller.
I think
though.
I did actually.
Tony Athletic, and I hear he's one of the true tough guys in the league. One of those guys that you just really don't want to.
So he's not fake guy.
No, he's not fake tough guy.
Tough guy.
Not AAU tough guy.
Like Kevin Durant accused Chris Bosh of being once.
Yeah. Well,
Chris Bosh
has
actually
anyone ever accused Chris Bosh of being a real tough guy?
Yeah, that's the thing. Chris is a great guy. Has he ever even remotely pretended to be a tough guy?
I don't think so.
In his life.
His outfits dictate that he's not very tough.
He is a great dude and a great shooter, and he's always done what he needed to do on those Heat teams, even when it didn't fit in. But nobody would accuse him of pretending to be a super tough guy.
No, he's a funny guy. Remember, obviously, you remember his campaign to try to get on the All-Star team when he did the little video where he was the used car salesman from Texas.
Quite hilarious.
With the twang, and actually at that exact same All-Star game, interviewed Chris Bosh at the All-Star game. I did. I covered it. I was down there in New Orleans, covered that All-Star game, and tried to get him to do it again on camera. He shot me down, dead in my tracks.
Speaking of Chris Bosh interviews, just throw this out there. I'm glad everything worked out. At this year's All-Star game, he was walking out to get on a plane and go on vacation with Dwayne Wade. And I'm like, hey man, I kind of know him from back when I covered him.
Sure.
I was there for Fox Sports 1 with a crew. I'm like, hey man, can I get a quick one-on-one? And he looks at his watch, like, yeah, can we make it fast? I'm like, yeah, dude, you know how that goes. 3-4 questions. We do the interview, super gracious. He leaves, and that's the last interview he did before he had this very serious heart issue. And you had almost had a car wreck today. It's one of those things, man. Hold people close. Appreciate what you have while you have it. Every day you should call your mother and say Happy Mother's Day. I love you. But especially today, it's Mother's Day.
Did it really sink in with you? After Chris Bosh left you and you said, wow.
No, it hit me in a weird way when the news came out a few days later that he had this issue before they knew if he was going to be okay. And I was like, wow, I am the last media person to have interviewed him. It's not like we're super close friends, but I've always liked him and respected him.
Absolutely.
An incredible bummer he wasn't able to get into the playoffs this year, but he's going to be okay, and that's great news.
That is good
But
news.
it just seems like health issues of one kind or another have dictated the NBA this season. Kevin Love is out, obviously, for the remainder of the season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're now down to a Bulls team that doesn't have Pau Gasol today. Not that they're missing him so far.
Yeah.
They're just getting it done.
They are. They absolutely are. And without a doubt, you got Jimmy G. Buckets in the same vein as Fred G.
Jimmy G.
Sanford.
Buckets, yeah.
The G stands for getting buckets.
Getting buckets?
Yeah, and he definitely...
Did you just make that up?
No.
That's a thing?
Everyone's... And
I didn't know that.
I have to clear my throat if I want the Red Fox rasp.
I always think you're the originator. Because you drop some oratory magic.
Sometimes.
From time to time.
Oratory. I like that one.
Thank you.
I like that. You dug deep into your thesaurus.
I went deep.
Rogits.
Inspired by your oratory magic, I drive a little oratory magic of my own.
Rogits thesaurus.
I Harry Potter that.
Line 2. Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Are you a Harry Potter guy?
Yeah, I like Harry Potter.
All right.
You read the books?
No.
Quite good, dude.
Really?
I used to make fun of him, and then I was at my parents' house many years ago when I was in college.
Yeah.
And there was nothing in the office, shall we say, to read other than a Harry Potter book. You know what I'm saying?
College kids sitting around reading Harry Potter books, Greg. You hear this?
Stuck in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
By office, I meant bathroom.
Yeah.
But you didn't pick up on it.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, this book is so dumb. I'm too cool. And I started reading it.
It was a page turner, huh?
It really was a page turner.
Wow.
I'm not ashamed, man. I'm not afraid.
All right.
I'm not afraid.
I'm in the midst of a book right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it
56?
Is it
Joe DiMaggio?
50 ways to drop oratory magic?
No, I only once again.
It's like chapter 2 alliteration. Clipping along. No.
They are clipping at an unbelievable pace.
Who is
right
your
now.
favorite right now? Because I was very big on Golden State. They're obviously down now 2-1 to Memphis, and not just down, but from the word go of those two losses, they've been embarrassed. They've been dominated.
I haven't been really on the Golden State bandwagon from very early at all. I've kind of shared the same sentiments with Charles Barkley. I don't know if you heard. He said that jump shots are like pretty girls. They look good when they're going in, but once you go on a date and you find out that pretty girl has nothing to say, it's going to be a long rest of the date.
That's a terrible analogy.
It's a terrible analogy.
That's a terrible analogy,
and
Chuck.
it's a great analogy.
Chuck, you're better than that.
It's true though. Like think about it. Think about when Golden State is clicking and they're hitting, and when they're clipping along as I tap you on your shoulder. Whoa, Golden State. But when they're hitting all those shots, they look like they can't be toppled. But when they're throwing up prayer after prayer, and Steph Curry throwing up air ball, as we saw the other night, that's when that pretty girl, that jump shot, as Chuck said, terrible. Ernie, Kenny. It just doesn't. It's not as pretty, and that's what happened. That defense is not pretty, and that's why defense wins games, because it's those ugly wins is what you need.
Two quarterbacks that in very different stages of their career, but huge headline grabbers in the NFL in very different places. Tom Brady on the defensive.
Oh, watch out.
Because he's a liar.
Watch out.
He's a liar. And Jameis Winston on the offensive because he's claiming that his accuser was the one who did the lying.
Lawsuit.
Let's get into those two quarterbacks, who we believe, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. Let's do that coming up.
To all the moms out there.
Hey, Mom! Mom, what's up? I love you!
First timers and long timers.
I love you, Mommy!
Happy Mother's Day. With love from your adoptive family right here at Fox Sports Radio.
Some cars don't get older. They get faster and louder and more beloved. But inside, it could be a whole different story. One you can't see. So Valvoline created MaxLife, our best defense against the hidden signs of aging for cars that are just getting started at 75,000 miles. We introduced motor oil in 1866, and we've been reinventing it ever since. Valvoline, 140 years under the hood. Visit AutoZone now and buy 5 quarts of MaxLife and an oil filter starting at $24.99. See store for restrictions and details.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Johnny, what are you doing in the bathroom? What are you saying? Wait, where are your toy cars? Oh no, tell me you didn't. Honey, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
I didn't do anything.
For once, that's true, but little Johnny flushed his toys down the toilet and now it's broke.
Yes. Oh no. I'll get the phone. What's the toll-free number?
866-314-4443.
Got it. 866-314-4443.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, they do it. At Mike Scott Plumbing, from the moment you walk through the doors, it's evident that quality is key. From our fully stocked parts department to our fully trained service technicians who can help with anything from a clogged drain to your irrigation system, and even servicing your entire septic system. Visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hernando or in Wildwood, and let us show you how to turn your kitchen and bath dreams into reality. Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
96.3
I have no knowledge of anything.
What will happen to Tom Brady? Will he be suspended?
I have no idea.
Will Giselle realize she's with a cheater?
You suck!
Will Belichick and Brady get caught in a compromising position?
I've handled dozens of balls.
Will Brady's legacy be tarnished?
I would never do anything to break the rules.
Will he throw his hugs in the trash because he can't get a stain out? So many questions. And the only place to find the answers is right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Turn it up.
The one is on.
Fox Sports 1. America's new sports network.
Go to foxsports1.com to find the channel number for Fox Sports 1 in your area.
Let's go online.
There's no way I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand.
You are appreciated. Cheryl Wright, you are appreciated because that is my mother.
Although you're talking to me, that I was appreciated.
No, you're appreciated, Bill.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I appreciate your mother as well because she brought you into this world, and you would not be sitting with me on the Ryder and Wright show if that occurrence did not go down.
Happy Mother's Day to both of our moms.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day. And what does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? Well, it means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. That's right. After you called your mother on this lovely Mother's Day. And you know, that really brings about a good versus bad equation. Mother's good, everything that is not good, of course, lumped into the bad category. And when you talk about good versus bad, it makes you think about NFL quarterbacks. A new one versus a guy who many say could be the best quarterback of all time. But
I think he is.
It's being... Okay, wow, I didn't know you were going to go down that road and then have the same kind of viewpoint.
Well, I still think he's a cheater, and I have to reassess it. But entering this Tom Brady controversy and the fact that you can also be a complete scumbag or a liar and be a great player.
Okay, Tom Brady versus Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
That's the scenario.
So it's interesting, right? Because Jameis Winston obviously accused of sexual assault, not a case that was prosecuted. The prosecuting attorney said, for whatever reason, it wasn't for a lack of evidence that they just did, or for a lack of belief, right? They just didn't have the evidence to prosecute. Jameis Winston now going on the offensive and suing his accuser for defamation, among other things.
Yeah.
And it's look, you don't know who's telling the truth. It is a classic he said, she said. I have certainly, in my coverage and my viewpoints, tended toward, if not believing the accuser, at least wanting to put the brakes on the glory and the love and the praise and the drafting and the trust of Jameis Winston. What is interesting about this is I think you have to balance, is Jameis Winston doing this? Let's put aside whether or not he's innocent or guilty. On the one hand, it's a very strong PR move because people are going to say, look, he believes, like it's true. He wouldn't go after otherwise.
Yeah.
It's a very strong PR move. On the other hand, and her attorney made the same point, once he does this, it makes everything that's happened before part of the case. And explore. True. So either he's got a very good attorney
like a little bit after the fact, too. You think he would have done that immediately when those accusations were being thrown in his face?
He signed his contract, so I wonder if maybe he wanted to do everything he could to look like he was. Because this case, I don't know if you're any NFL team, let alone the Bucs, and you are told that this case, a new case involving Jameis Winston as accuser, is going to work its way through the courts, is going to be a part of the process, is going to be around, that there's going to be stories and leaks and information and depositions. I don't know. I mean, does that make you maybe be a little more leery about bringing them along to your team as a part of your organization? It might.
I think it would. And maybe, as I said, it seems a little bit after the fact, but maybe that's what Winston was waiting for. He probably said, I can't believe that I was accused of this. Wait until I sign with the team and I am the property of an NFL franchise, and wait and see what kind of wrath I'm going to unleash. And, I'm going to clear my name. And, if he is innocent and, excuse me. Wow. Excuse me, I need a lozenge. Fisherman's Friend, please. Woo! Ricola.
We almost got a car wreck today. It's your body.
I'm rattled. I didn't get my coffee this morning. I've been drinking water. The accident was almost like my coffee, my burst of adrenaline. But I think with Jameis Winston, I think wanting to clear his name, clearly a good thing, because if you didn't do it, that's the last thing you want hanging over your head. And if there's any label that someone doesn't want hanging over that head,
you want to clear your name.
Without a doubt. And that is one label that is impossible to shake.
And one of the accusations made by his attorneys is that she is trying to shake them down to the tune of $7 million a year.
A year?
I'm sorry, in total.
Okay.
What did he just sign? 24?
It's an unbelievable payroll. It's like, wow.
I don't know what to think, because if you're her and you're telling the truth, you want to damage this person. If you were sexually assaulted,
it's not even about the monetary value.
You want to damage this person as much as you can.
Yeah.
You want to extract some kind of punishment to believe that there's some kind of justice in the universe to whatever extent you can. But if you're her and you're not telling the truth, you probably want to get the money. So I put no stock in whether she goes after him for cash or not. It has no bearing on whether she's telling the truth or whether she's not. She's going to go after the money regardless, in my opinion. It sucks, man. It sucks we're still talking about it.
Yeah, it does.
And it sucks because I do think, look, it depends on the offensive coordinator. It depends on the system. It depends on whether or not he's in the right place and whether Tampa Bay puts the right pieces around him. But he is an incredibly talented football player and has the potential to be pretty good.
So ultimately, only time will tell if he is the good guy or if we see if he's ultimately the bad guy. But then again, it brings us to Tom Brady. Is he a good guy? A lot of people like to think Tom terrific.
Yeah,
Tom touchdown. He does everything the right way, touchdown. The Patriot way.
I was a fan.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I think winners, they do whatever they can. They put a little extra pine tar in their bat. They get the balls prepped. They get them rubbed. They get the sheen taken off.
Come on, man. There's a line. Like that is a hollow argument. You do what you can. To what point? Like steroids, stealing signs.
No.
Paying players to throw games. Like everything falls under that umbrella of do what you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, that doesn't justify it.
He didn't. The ball wasn't augmented aside from the air.
It's a rule.
It's not like he scuffed the ball up, didn't scuff up the laces. It's not like
he could have put it to the bare minimum, right? And the bare minimum of what's allowed, like deflated to the point on the spectrum the NFL
and
allows.
Then let it even more air ease out.
But my point is, obviously, it's a major issue. Whether it's psychological or otherwise, it's an important need that he cheat because you don't risk tarnishing your legacy, getting caught, all the things that come with it, especially after Spygate, unless the pros, the benefits of cheating, outweigh the cons.
Well, here's another question. Well, would it be an open and shut case if it wasn't Tom Brady? The runway model looks, runway model wife. I mean, this guy,
if it were Matt let's say it was Matt Castle.
Okay.
6 games, 7 or 8 games, multi-draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
They would make, because Robert Kraft is really good friend.
He's a mover and shaker
with Roger Goodell.
In the NFL, yeah.
And he's come out, and look, I respect him, even though I think it's a wolf smiling at you. But Robert Kraft has been very self-righteous and
a wolf smiling at you. I like that one.
You like that? I'm looking at your shirt.
I like it. Yeah,
it's a bear and a shark.
It's a bear and a shark fight. Who would win? Ultimate hypothetical.
Who would win?
I don't know.
A bear.
Is it in the water or is it on land?
I mean, it has to be the shark, because how would a shark get to a bear on land?
Well, it all depends.
You're just going to drop a shark on land?
But the shark has no appendages to bring that bear in.
What was that It's Raining Sharks movie?
Sharknado.
Never saw. So if Sharknado happened.
We're on Sharknado 3 right now.
And one day in this very studio I came in, and there was a young guy, got my age, not young, early 30s, a little disheveled. He looked a little confused and lost. I asked if I could help him. Oh yeah, I'm the director of Sharknado, the original.
Whoa!
He started to hit me up for like an agent. He's like, "Do you have an agent? How do I get an agent?"
Really?
I'm like, bro, I'm a radio host.
Wow.
I'm not in the movie business.
That's Kind of strange.
Is he still part of the Sharknado 2 and 3?
I do not know. I don't even know who you're talking about.
The director of
I imagine there
Sharknado.
had to be someone that directed it, but I thought maybe that a bunch of people just showed up and some guys ran around with the camera and some fake sharks came through. And I don't know.
I met the guy.
If anyone's out there listening that is attached to the Sharknado franchise, when Sharknado 4 hits the streets,
would you like to be eaten by a shark?
I would like to be in Sharknado 4. Bill,
I would too.
Can we get in Sharknado 4?
I'd like to be in Sharknado 4.
We are on right now in Los Angeles. So someone that is attached to that franchise can get Bill and I.
I do have a SAG card.
I don't.
Yeah.
I need to get into that, though.
I got a SAG card. So
I want to be in Sharknado 4, gang.
I'm totally in.
Listen up.
What about, now, how would you want to go in Sharknado? I want to be walking out of it.
Can I be like the guy, the last man standing? Is that a possibility?
I met you. You wouldn't be the last man standing.
What?
You'd be like, I can take this shark.
I'd be fighting off sharks left and right.
I can beat a shark. The shark would just eat you. Because,
I put on shark-proof gloves and just get to swinging.
It finally caught up to me. He was just clipping along.
Yeah. What happened, baby? I don't know, man. Shark stuck up on Cole. That was the last we heard of him.
Cleveland make a little run. Shark-like.
Ooh,
Shark-like.
I don't like that.
41,
I don't like that
37. They're battling
sloppy.
back.
Bulls getting sloppy.
Bulls are
turning
getting
the ball
sloppy.
over. Mike Dunleavy right now spitting out the seed. Jimmy Butler trying to clamp down on D.
There's going to be a level of intensity and desperation for this Cavs team in this final stretch of play, the rest of this quarter and the second half, unlike anything they've experienced ever, because this is the LeBron James Cavaliers-led team that really needs to and is expected to at least make a finals. And if you don't win this game, the series is over.
Yeah.
All right.
And Bulls fans, if you win this game, that will move you to 3-1 in this series, which is a good thing because the Chicago Bulls, my red team go. Red team go. There's a guy in the bushes. You don't know, but
red team go.
Yeah. You don't know that? Reference?
No.
We'll talk about that.
I like it though.
But
I want
the
you to
Bulls,
explain it.
14-0 when they move to 3-1 in a series. So that's convincing. But the only problem is that they've never been in a series against a player like LeBron James right now.
Yeah, and LeBron, I mean, you brought this up earlier. He is the best player on earth. He doesn't always play like it in the postseason.
He doesn't,
it's weird.
Which is wild.
You can score the last 25 points against Detroit, then you can cramp out against the Spurs, then you can be amazing again. You can put a team on your back, or you can be so deferential that you're not playing particularly well. He's an interesting character as it relates to greatness playing out or not playing out in a postseason series.
I feel like LeBron, the first time he was in Cleveland, he definitely was that playoff player who would take over. Because
until that Boston series,
was it 28 points?
Till that Boston 25.
Yeah, I was at that game when
that was
that last Boston game.
He checked out, man.
He did. You knew that he was on the move at some point, and it was sad to see because the caliber of play that he always exhibited was unreal. And you're like, this guy, he really is making the argument for himself why he could be one of the best players of all time.
Yeah, I mean,
he's right now. What we're seeing is not the best player of all time when it comes to the postseason.
But
There's better
and
guys.
I don't think he can be the best player of all time.
I don't. I never did, though.
We're Jordan guys, man. Like,
That's right.
We grew up watching Jordan play.
I'm so shy you thought I was bashful, Bill.
You are so shy I did think you were bashful. I thought you were really bashful.
That's your boy. That's Yeezy.
I love Yeezy.
That's Yeezy.
Is he at the Bulls game?
He did an impromptu performance.
At the Bulls game. How
about that? It's like you're making your way down to the floor and the pushback guys are like, hey, no, sorry. Like, hold on a second. I'm Yeezy.
I'm Yeezy, bro.
Give me the mic. Let me spit.
Yeezy taught me. What did Yeezy teach you?
Yeezy taught me that he pushes mayonnaise-colored cars. He calls them miracle whips.
We're going to talk. That's amazing. I don't know what to say to that. We're going to talk to Joe Sullivan, the sports editor of the Boston Globe, about Tom Brady. I feel like we're going to good cop, bad cop.
That could be Titletown USA.
But Joe Sullivan, great. I mean, an excellent sports editor. I know him by reputation from my days at the Kansas City Star.
Yeah, I worked in Boston as well.
Sports section.
Yep.
Excellent group of people.
That's right.
Tasked with, and that's a difficult balancing act. We're going to ask him about that. When you're covering a legend like Tom Brady, who's beloved in your market, how do you balance being fair with being hard on a guy who it turns out is a complete liar? That was me throwing that in.
Oh.
He is a liar. You'll agree he's a liar.
I like the way you pepper that in.
You'll agree he's a liar.
Well,
I don't know this guy. I had nothing to do with deflating the balls.
I guess those are bold-faced lies.
Okay.
So by definition, he would be a liar. But it's such a harsh word.
It's harsh.
It's such a harsh word.
In 60 seconds, we're going to talk to the sports editor at the Boston Globe, Joe Sullivan, about these very hot-button Tom Brady, are you a liar or not issues. But first, here's what's trending.
Under 3 minutes to go in the first half in Chicago. The Cavaliers storm back and have a 43-37 lead over the Chicago Bulls. LeBron James, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists thus far. Coming up at 8:30 Eastern Time, Rockets and Clippers, Game 4 out west. LA with a 2-1 series lead. In golf, final round of the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass. Sergio Garcia, 3 under for the day through 8, 11 under for the tournament, and your leader, Rory McIlroy, 3 shots back at 8 under for the tournament. In Major League Baseball.
Now here's the 2-2. Chuck him out swinging. What a day. Wow, what a day. Michael Pineda has struck out his 16th man.
Courtesy of the Yankees Radio Network, Pineda, 16 strikeouts, now 5-0 on the season. Yankees over the Orioles 6-2, and the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 6-3 in Toronto. I'm Jonas Knox.
We are Fox Sports!
Tonight on Fox Sports 1. Katie Nolan returns with her new weekly show, Garbage Time. Cool. Katie will give her take on the week's top stories and host celebrity guests. Garbage Time airs Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1.
You will always be the girl in my life.
Bill Ryder, Cole Wright Show, Fox Sports Radio. Hanging out, doing our thing, coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 15% or more in car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The only hard part, figuring out which way is easier. Cole Wright, when I was a sports writer at the Kansas City Star back in the day, our next guest ran or represented the sports section that often kicked our behind in the APSC Awards.
They kicked a lot of people's behinds. They did.
Joel Sullivan, he is the Boston Globe sports editor. He joins us on the Progressive Insurance Celebrity Hotline right now. Joe, thank you for joining us, and good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon to you guys, and thank you for the nice mention about the APSC Award.
You're right. I've got scars on my back from the times you guys bested us. My boss, not real pleased, but always impressed with your sports section. All right, Joe, so obviously we're talking a lot about Tom Brady. Let's start here outside of Boston. A lot of anger, a lot of angst. I've certainly called Tom Brady a liar. The mood in Boston, am I right in presuming that people are rallying around Tom Brady?
No question, very much so. And I think we all saw that example Thursday night when he made that appearance at Salem State University. It was he was a paid appearance that he had contracted for long ago, so he couldn't cancel it. And but what he was greeted with was 4,000 people giving him standing ovations, chanting MVP. And he himself said it sounded like a Patriots pep rally.
Joe Sullivan, Boston Globe sports editor, joining us here on this show. Now, Joe, you're an accomplished journalist, so give us a worldly view. Step outside the sports hub of Boston and put yourself in the shoes of potentially maybe another fan of another team. Do you think that Tom Brady knowingly went about this? Because we have the chain. We have the chain of text messages that says that Tom Brady, he knew about this. He knew this was going down. So if you're a fan of another squad, are you looking at this guy like, come on, it's just another instance of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots cheating again?
Well, yes, I think a lot of fans would probably say that, but this is the first time I would have Tom Brady doing it. Before it was sort of the coaching staff with when they were taping the signals of the Jets. But it's I can look at this objectively, even though I'm based in Boston, and I think this is an offense that's similar to doctoring a baseball that a pitcher would do, which would be a suspension for a certain amount of games. And then we move on. I mean, that's how I see it. I don't see it. People are all over the board on this, talking about a year's suspension, draft picks, fines. I mean, I really think I think the right thing to do for the NFL would be a one-game suspension.
But if that's a comparison, wouldn't it be a person who actually snuck into where they hold the baseballs and doctored them before they actually got them on the mound, which is a different deal than I would say a guy scuffing it up on the mound?
That would be a good argument the Patriot fan could make, right? That it wasn't Brady himself scuffing him up.
No, Joe, would you liken this situation somewhat to George Brett and the Pine Tar scenario? Is that a situation that we can maybe put side by side?
Yeah, I think it's a similar offense. I really do.
Talking with
the Pine Tar was up a little too high on the bat.
Okay.
Talking with Joe Sullivan, the Boston Globe sports editor. Joe, one person who agrees with you pretty dramatically is Bob Kravitz, columnist, well-known columnist in Indianapolis for a long time at the newspaper. The person who broke this, who broke this story by his own recounting, was ridiculed. Wrote a column this week, had some really harsh words to say for his critics, including the Boston Globe. He went after your newspaper pretty hardcore. What is your response to Bob Kravitz having gone after you guys?
Well, I have a lot of respect for Bob Kravitz. I know he's done great work over the years, and this has been a great story that he broke. The confusion here with, and I don't expect people in other parts of the country to understand it. Sometimes I don't even think that people in Boston understand it, but we have two websites, BostonGlobe.com, which is where all the material from the Globe Sports Department would appear, and it's Boston.com, which is a different website run by different people, also owned by the Globe, however. And that website is more fan-oriented, more cheerleader-oriented, not very much different. And that's where those types of responses to Kravitz were coming from, not from the Globe itself. But it's kind of a futile argument on my part. I don't expect everyone to understand it.
No, yeah. Well, as a longtime newspaper reporter, like newspapers going through a lot of changes, and that's pretty common across the country. But you're right, Joe. People don't necessarily recognize the separation of powers between one website owned by the paper that is a fan-based website, another that has a journalistic mission. You guys have a journalistic mission. How many resources do you feel like you have to put forward now going forward into how much Tom Brady had to do with this? How much coverage have you guys devoted to the negative side of the story in your own pages?
Well, I tell you, we tried to be balanced. Our columnists have their opinion. Dan Shaughnessy's been pretty outspoken that the Patriots need to be punished pretty severely. But I'll tell you what, the first 2 days when this came out after the report, we had 16 stories in the Globe on two consecutive days. We've devoted a lot to this, and I hope that people will look at our coverage and see it's down the middle. I mean, we had Ben Volen, our NFL expert, break down the report and why it was damning, and then the next day we had him. Where can you find the holes in it that would make the case for Tom Brady? So we tried to be fair.
Boston Globe sports editor Joe Sullivan joining us now on the show. Now, Joe, you talked about the way you've covered this story, but how, in any way, will this change the way you cover Tom Brady and the Patriots moving forward? Obviously, Boston, one of the biggest sports markets in all of the country, and Boston sports fans, they're very dedicated, and of course, they want to see Tom Brady only in the best of lights.
Yeah, well, they do, and I think we would continue to cover it with a critical eye, and always our goal is to find the truth. That won't change.
Talking to Joe Sullivan, Boston Globe sports editor. All right, Joe, you guys have done a ton of stories, dedicated a lot of space. This is a national story, and regardless of how it comes out, what Roger Goodell decides in terms of punishment, it is a black eye, large or small, for the Patriots. How is Bill Belichick going to respond to the absolute tornado of questions when he next makes himself available?
Well, I think he'll do what he usually does. He'll throw the blockade up and try to live in an alternate universe and pretend it didn't happen.
Can that work? I mean, he's and I actually like Bill Belichick. Like I've interviewed the guy. I find him very charming. I've been able to talk to him for stories that weren't in the moment. So maybe I got a different version of the guy. But you're right. He does live, Joe, in an alternate universe. Is that something that's going to last, whether it's in the Boston market or when he goes on the road, given the fact now, whether it's a big deal or not, I think you and I, Joe, probably see it a little bit differently. There's some evidence. There are some things people can point to and ask him about. Do you think he's going to be able to stonewall this like he does most questions he doesn't enjoy?
I think he will. I think he will stonewall it, and because that's been their history and it's worked for them. So I expect the same repeat, the same type of that was poorly phrased. I repeat the same things that he always does. That he's going to try to say this is a league matter. Go talk to the league. I doubt he would explain what truly his feelings are. He never does.
Joe, I know all too well how Bill Belichick answers questions in press meetings, out of press meetings. You know, I worked in the Boston area, covered the Patriots, covered the Celtics, covered all those teams. And, you know, I also know the difference between BostonGlobe.com and Boston.com. It sometimes gets a little convoluted with the comments there. But as you take a look at the Patriots, put them under the microscope, 4 Super Bowls. They've been there. They've done that. So how does this affect the Patriots' legacy moving forward?
I think it will always be a stigma. That I think it will be the so-called asterisks on all these championships. That a lot of you cannot separate the Spygate and this from their championships. I think it will always be a part of it. It really does affect their legacy in some ways. I think in the final analysis, these were great teams that were with a great coach and a great quarterback who won 4 championships. But especially in other parts of the country, it will be hard to separate the championships from these two instances of cheating. And so what else can we say? That's what it is.
Talking to Joe Sullivan, the excellent sports editor from the marvelous Boston Globe sports section here on the Bill Ryder and Cole Wright Show. Joe, before we let you go, what have your reporters been hearing and gleaning from their reporting in terms of how much more of a punishment there may or may not be for Tom Brady since he did not fully cooperate with this investigation?
Yeah, there is a feeling that there will be additions to his punishment because of the lack of cooperation. And look, the team didn't cooperate fully because the league asked for a follow-up interview with the deflator, Jim McNally, and they were denied. I think that really that might add on to it because obviously the NFL would be frustrated by that.
Joe Sullivan, Boston Globe sports editor, thank you for joining us and talk about this story. I'm sure there'll be more in the days and weeks ahead in the Boston Globe. We'll be checking out there, and hopefully we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, well, this is great to actually talk to guys who know the difference between Boston.com and Globe.com. I can't believe it. Thank you, guys.
Nice. Have a good one.
Joe, appreciate you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and good luck on this story as it continues to unfold. Joe Sullivan from one of the most, really one of the best sports sections in the country.
No, it's unbelievable. Working in Boston, you almost made sure you went and got that sports page, Boston Globe.
I'm a Kansas City Star guy by training,
yeah.
But the Globe, the New York Times,
yeah.
There's
a difference. BostonGlobe.com and Boston.com. There's a huge difference. I'm glad he pointed that out.
Joe Sullivan. All right, we by the way, I've been watching some incredible. It's a golden age of TV.
It is.
I got two TV shows for you.
Okay.
You'd be shocked about. Maybe among
shocked
the
and
very
awed, huh?
best. Shocked and awed.
Oh.
I'll give you a hint. Netflix is awesome.
Smartphone or tablet? Check.
That's very smart.
iHeartRadio app?
Oh, here it is.
Got it. Finding Fox Sports Radio on live stations? Done.
No problem.
Listening to your favorite sports talk? That was easy.
I could finally get my sports talk radio.
Yes!
Download the iHeartRadio app today.
We are Fox Sports.
The following was recorded at a Burger King drive-thru at breakfast.
Morning, welcome to Burger King.
Let me get a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Try saying croissant-wich.
Croissant-wich.
Yeah, it's the only way to capture its flaky, buttery lightness, and right now they're just 2 for $4. Now say muffin.
Muffin?
Oh, no, that's boring.
Get 2 croissant breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
Things change as you get older. Glasses get thicker, sunscreen gets stronger, hair grows where it shouldn't. The same is true for your car. Some changes you can see, some you can't. So Valvoline created MaxLife, our best defense against the hidden signs of aging for cars that are just getting started at 75,000 miles. We introduced motor oil in 1866, and we've been reinventing it ever since. Valvoline, 140 years under the hood. Visit AutoZone now and buy 5 quarts of MaxLife and an oil filter starting at $24.99. See store for restrictions and details.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older, but that doesn't mean we have to deal with pain in our back, knees, or shoulder. If your muscles and joints are sore, don't worry anymore. Come get acupuncture from me and you'll be pain-free. Acupuncture starts as low as $35 at a Better You Healthcare. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at 615-5566. Stop your pain from driving you insane.
Buried under receipts and confusing tax code? Let Crippen & Company help. They work hard to make the tax preparation process as painless as possible. With offices in Ocala and the Villages, their team is dedicated to helping clients with corporate and personal tax returns, bookkeeping for businesses, and estate planning for the future. Crippen & Company crafts a truly customized experience for each client's needs while alleviating stress and creating a big picture of your overall financial health. Call 352-732-4260 or visit CrippenCPA.com to get started.
On
On Mondays, AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to medical reporter Bern Pereso. She's the president and CEO of Good For All Marketing, coming in to tell us about medical providers right here in Ocala.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Michelin Nader is coming on. She's a successful entrepreneur, and she's written a book called The Dolphin's Dance, Discover Your True Self Through a Powerful 5-Step Journey.
Have all of your vehicle questions answered by Matt Gibbs on Auto Repair with Personal Care.
And then Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters is a retired U.S. Army officer and a strategist and veteran of the intelligence world. He's coming on the air to speak about his book, Valley of the Shadow, the third installment on the Boyd Award-winning novel series on the Civil War.
Greg Anton is a singer-songwriter. He's the co-founder of Zero. He's written a book called Face the Music, a story of love, self-discovery, and the spiritual power of music. And he's releasing a new single called Stephanie.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
WWOCA, WWWOCA.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
1-877-TEST-A1C. Brought to you by the American Diabetes Association, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation International, and the Ad Council.
When you miss your favorite show,
that's bad. That's really bad.
Relax. There's no need to go crazy.
Are you mental? That was a definite crazy one right there.
Just podcast it. It's real easy.
This is a simple solution.
Go to foxsportsradio.com. foxsportsradio.com. Click listen.
Listen.
Then click podcast.
Everything neatly falls into place.
All of your favorite shows are just a click away.
We are Fox Sports.
Today on Fox Sports 1, the U.S. women's national team takes on Ireland in one of their last international friendly matches before the FIFA Women's World Cup. Coverage begins live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
Little Chili Peppers welcoming us back in on the Ryder and Wright Show on a lovely Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there and to everyone who definitely takes on that role. And what does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance? Well, it means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. And, you know, my mom and I, we have a great relationship. You know, during the holidays, whenever I would be gone from college and I'd come back, and she'd always be waiting up on the couch for me.
Nice.
And it seems like we would always watch Christmas Story. As I came on, no matter what time I could be coming, stumbling in 4:30 in the morning, you know, inebriated from the bars. You get dropped off by the cab, and my mom's sitting there. She looks at me and just shakes her head. She's like, "Oh, what are we going to do with you?" And then we sit down and watch Christmas Story, which gets me to thinking about, you know, I had Christmas Story on my DVR.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of things I like to record and then watch later.
Even like in May.
That's true. I like to keep it on if I catch it and it's on the DVR. If you can find it on a HBO home box office by chance, and you can.
I'm that way for Major League.
Major League.
I'll watch Major League in January. I'll watch it on Christmas.
I'll watch it whenever.
Major League's amazing.
Every day.
A lot of swear words though.
Every day a movie like Major League is on. It is Christmas. It's like Christmas Day.
It is the Christmas of baseball.
They're still whoa. We'll stop there. You know what I'm talking about. Over the paper.
I was going to let you do it all. I
was going to spell it. But no, of course we're not going to spell that. This is a family program.
It is a golden age of television.
I would like to think so. And you know, the one thing that it's not. I don't have it recorded yet because it hasn't come on, but it's a show that I was really passionate about when I watched it, and I felt that if it had a slightly different cast, the passion may not have been there for me, but True Detective.
Oh, dude, True Detective was amazing.
It's a great show, but if Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, if Matthew McConaughey wasn't on there, would you be watching it like that there, Bill? All right.
I don't know, but I am very excited about season 2.
I am.
Obviously, a whole new cast.
New cast. Colin Farrell and Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn's going to kill it. Isn't Rachel McAdams in that thing, too?
She is.
She is not unattractive.
She's not. She's my wife's favorite, too. My wife, she's like, oh, I just love her. So I'm like, yeah, so do I.
She's a sweetie.
Yeah, so it's
she's
easy
a
for me
sweetheart.
to be like, yeah, she's great.
Speaking of sweethearts, we got Greg Bergman, the executive producer.
Isn't he, though?
Redbeard's just a sweetie. sweetie cake, sweetie pie.
He's such a great guy.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Yeah. Have you seen Marvel's Daredevil on Netflix yet?
Daredevil on Netflix is amazing.
It's incredible, right?
You guys, are you trying to alienate me on purpose here?
Shocking, yes.
You're trying to lose me on purpose.
It's great.
Superhero
Go home and watch it right now.
Seriously.
I watched the whole thing in 3 days.
Okay, I probably won't do that.
You're like saying that you don't watch any sci-fi or superheroes is like the guy that's like, I'm never gonna go to the car. I've always been on a horse. I'm always gonna be on a horse. And you losers,
I didn't know where you were going with
your
that.
fancy machines. The world evolves, bro. It's like, the idea of what's cool changes.
Hey, I still have a rotary phone,
in 1995.
man. I still have a rotary phone.
Whatever was cool when you were on that baseball team, that Letterman jacket you're still wearing has changed, my man.
So you're not watching Avengers? You didn't go see Avengers?
Nope.
Oh, you're
I have not seen the Avengers movie
Avengers
yet.
2 was amazing.
I feel like that was
really
copying off of
too.
Voltron, the age of Ultron. Like, what is that? Like,
because
can
it
you be more
sounds the
original?
same? You're
Like,
telling me that
more
it's
original.
because it sounds the same.
Be more original.
Cole.
Like if I
I'll
had
do
a
you a
kid,
favor. I'll do you a favor. You're embarrassing yourself right now.
No,
bro.
not at all.
Ultron was
I'm too cool to
way
be embarrassed.
before Voltron, by the way.
Exactly.
Ultron came out really early. Like it came out in the comics in about the 60s.
How
You're
can
getting
how did
real
this
deep.
segment-
You're getting
how
real
did this
deep
segment
geeky on me.
become Cole Wright being like, everything you watch isn't cool. I'm cool.
I didn't say that.
I'm so cool.
I just said I don't watch the stuff you
I
guys
don't
are
care because I'm so cool. I don't care. That show's dumb.
Hey,
I don't care though.
You said it.
I'm
I didn't. I
cool.
never said I was cool. I never said I was cool. But if I give off that radiance,
You literally. Can you please go back and clip and find where he was like?
I said I don't watch superhero
I'm
movies.
so cool. I don't care. Is exactly what you said. We're gonna find it.
Never.
We're gonna clip it. It's called radio. Oh, that.
Never did I
Yeah.
ever once say that.
Anyway, Bergman, can we get back to our conversation?
Yes, with Daredevil.
Rattled. Bill Ryder rattled.
Am I rattled?
Once in a lifetime. I've
I'm
never seen that
bemused
happen
by
before.
you.
Yeah. Never
So
seen
I
that
really
happen
like
before.
Marvel's. Oh, you're an idiot when I played baseball.
I just don't get down with
Ultron.
superhero movies.
You should, man. They're good. Yeah, they're really good. So like Star Wars, the only thing you do alone. You didn't watch Lord of the Rings?
Not at all.
Oh, come on, bro.
Tried to make it through it. Didn't
Come
make
on,
it through
bro.
it.
I was shocked how good Daredevil was. Greg Bergman.
I've seen the original Daredevil movie with Ben
it's
Affleck,
awful.
and
Just
everyone
absolutely
says that
awful.
movie's bad.
He's
So
bad.
what do I know?
It's awful.
I'm
This-
just a cave.
Wait, The Netflix show is
just
great.
because Batman with Michael Keaton
Was
and the
great.
second one was the second one.
Michael
was
Keaton
bad,
is my Batman.
Or with George Clooney was bad doesn't mean that Christopher Nolan's Batman was bad. So to compare the Daredevil Ben Affleck movie to the Netflix one is kind of the same thing.
And
Is it?
Vincent D'Onofrio
It is.
as Wilson Fisk.
Amazing.
He did a great job.
Incredible
He looks
actor.
exactly like him, too.
Do you think he'll be in season 2?
because you saw a
Yes.
superhero
You think
guy
that
in real
continues
life
in season
before,
2?
Greg?
I think it has to continue in season 2.
This guy, like,
It looks just
seriously.
like him. It looks just like him. 'cause
realize that the
he always
Marvels
rub
mo-
elbows with all those Marvel guys.
The two highest grossing movies of all time are the two Avengers movies. And this guy's sitting here hating on Marvel. Anything else you want to get on?
I thought Fast
Do you
and the Furious was the highest grossing
Do
movie
you not
now.
like apple pie? Are you down on the Stars and Stripes? Do you root for the
What, you don't like Captain America?
Like Captain America is the one movie I like, and everyone says, "Oh, that movie's garbage."
Nobody
I
says
like
that.
it.
Nobody
says that.
Really, everyone I said like I like Captain America.
Who are you
they're
talking
like,
to?
Yeah, whoever that
See,
one
that was
dude
the one
is.
movie
5-year-old?
I dug because all
Female?
they use there's guns and there's a shield. There's not too much involved.
That's
but
why you
goes
liked it?
Over
You
the
are
top.
cool.
All the
There's
over the
guns.
top stuff.
You're
like,
trying to say that the movie's bad
when
because they have a
guys are
shield?
flying through the air and they're riding on these floating skateboards and stuff. I
What
don't
are
know.
you-
Is that,
hey, that's
is that
Back to the
Hobgoblin
Future.
from
That's Back to the
Spider-Man?
Future.
I don't
That's
know.
Back
what
to
it-
the Future
That's
2
what I
and
know.
3.
That's what I know.
Cole, I love you,
about this
but
stuff.
you're way off base here.
I could be.
Cole,
That's
I like
all right.
when you
'Cause
like
my life
when
is
you're
rooted in
cornered,
reality.
You just
son.
start saying crazy stuff. I don't like it. Floating
I
skateboard,
told you.
cotton candy made of gravity. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, when they're jumping on Marty McFly contraptions, I'm not
what's
down with it.
happening?
I'm not down with it.
I mean, you got purple tornadoes coming out of people's mouths. Like nobody's saying that, bro.
You know,
That's
is
really
Back to the
not even
Future
remotely.
is that science fiction?
What
Because
is-
I get down with Back to the Future.
Yes, he goes back in time. Is the definition of
Rats!
science? No, that's a real story. Based on a true story.
I actually ran into Doc
in the
Brown
valley,
last
actually.
week. Yeah.
Went back in time. The bad guys went into a big cart of poop.
Is Hill
Crazy
Valley
story.
over that way? Is that supposed to be in California? Do you guys know? no?
Oh, I did Cole right.
I don't dig superhero movies, Bill. I'm sorry, man.
I know.
Sorry.
I
dig superhero movie T-shirts,
to have a conversation about it, but we had to literally spend 3 minutes. You telling us why you don't like superhero movies. Welcome to Fox Sports Radio, where Cole Wright will tell you everything that's not cool. You're on the writer.
I never said it wasn't cool at all.
It's cool, bro. What else don't you like? Do you like ice cream?
I love ice cream.
Are you down on rainbows?
I hate long walks on the beach. They're terrible. No, actually, they're
cool. Good share. Can we talk about Marvel's Daredevil?
Wow.
I guess not. For those of you that would like to, let me just tell you, it's an excellent Netflix show. It's pretty gritty.
Yikes.
It's got some badass fight scenes. Greg Bergman. What else? Like it's not
radical, man.
There's no flying skateboards and.
I'm outnumbered here. So.
Cotton candy made of gravity. Other crazy
Where's
things.
Don Bell and Ryan Field when I need them?
They're somewhere telling mom jokes publicly on Mother's Day, right in your freaking wheelhouse. This is the Bill Ryder and Cole Wright Show on Fox Sports Radio. We'll be back momentarily to tell you what else completely sucks.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
May is Watch Month. It's also a time to start thinking about that special graduate in your life. A terrific line of watches at Goss & Son Jewelers will make the perfect gift for that graduate. Rolex, Tag Heuer, Phillips Stein. For graduation, birthdays, anniversaries, check out the line of fine watches and jewelry at Goss & Son Jewelers just to say I love you. Goss & Son Jewelers, the oldest Rolex jeweler in Central Florida. Downtown Ocala for 65 years.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
The 5 Points of Life Foundation is hosting a golf scramble at Golden Ocala, Monday, May 11th. So get your foursome together and take part at one of the best golf courses in the Southeast. Limited spaces available, so visit 5pointsoflife.org or call 352-224-1728 to register your team today. This incredible tournament boasts one of the best player gift packages in the area. A delicious lunch will be provided and award ceremony. The 5 Points of Life Golf Tournament at Golden Ocala.
R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. 12 climate-controlled state-of-the-art lanes. R&D Tactical Solutions, full retail store, everything from firearms to CCW classes. Located next to the Supervisor of Elections. Open 9 to 7 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturdays, and 10 to 4 Sundays. Call 622-7468. R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. Call 622-7468.
Kenny's Place Nursery offers horticulture training for the mentally handicapped, and that makes them beautiful people in my book. And those beautiful people have some beautiful plants and flowers on sale, like annuals in 4-inch pots for only $1 each. A 3-gallon bottle brush plant for only $8. Confederate jasmine, 3 gallons for $8. How about azaleas, 1 gallon for only $4.25. And a 2-gallon pot of knockout roses for only $17. Call 352-867-1213 for Kenny's Place Nursery.
Looking for that spot to try some real Cuban food? Head on over to Mama V's Cuban Cafe with home-cooked food just like Abuela used to make it. Mama V's is the #1 authentic Cuban cuisine. Centrally located on Highway 200 in Ocala. Best Cuban sandwich, steak, black beans and rice, and yummy sweet plantains. Tres leche and flan for dessert. Mama V's is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 9. Sandwich combos include side and drink for $7.95. And you've got to try Mama V's Tropical Shakes. 622-1727. Mama V's Cuban Cafe.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Look accountants and the ad counts.
Andy Furman.
I'm going to tell you something.
And Mike North.
Right, that's the point.
This is Fox Sports Daybreak.
What's your game? These ball boys are victims, and they will speak out and nail Brady. Just wait and see. So what I'm waiting for is the 60 Minutes, where these two guys come out and say, hey, you know what? We got implicated. We're taking the hit here. Our names are all over the newspaper. We can't get a drink in a Boston bar because people saw our text messages, and we want to straighten this out because we didn't do this. Yeah, Tyrone's 99% correct because, look, those guys are going to be the fallout guys. They're going to get That's what I just said. Right. They can't go anywhere. However, they're not going to talk because when they get fired, these flunkies will get fired, and they will get fired. They will have to sign some sort of a document that have to keep their mouth shut. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, they'll pay him off. Is that what you would do? I'd write a book. I would sue.
Andy Furman.
This was big.
Mike North. Fox Sports Daybreak. Weekdays, 6 a.m. Eastern, 3.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Two more tornadoes striking Texas, one touching down in Denton this afternoon, one earlier in Louisville. Yesterday's twister in Cisco killed one person and injured another.
The National Weather Service is trying to determine exactly how strong the tornado was. At the same time, they've issued a tornado watch for a wide swath of Texas, including Cisco and the Dallas area, till 9 p.m. Central.
Fox's Will Carr in Cisco. In Delmont, South Dakota, a tornado injured at least 3 and damaged the town's new fire hall and a church. What was Tropical Storm Anna now a depression after making land near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
For most residents and visitors, this storm system was an inconvenience. Many outdoor sporting events were canceled, and a graduation planned outdoors at Coastal Carolina University had to be moved inside.
Fox's Jonathan Siri. The storm is bringing heavy rains and the chance of coastal flooding. Fox News. We report, you decide.
A few days ago, Brooke Tudine posted an inspirational quote on her wall that got 17 likes and 3 comments. Thumbs up, Brooke. Geico also wants to make a comment. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. And nothing says inspiration better than saving money. Well, except for those posters that say things like teamwork, excellence, and make it happen. Hashtag keep climbing. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Every business trip starts with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, this country wasn't built by folks waiting for opportunities to come to them. They went to their people and things got done. And if you're one of those business people, there's a range of choice hotels like Comfort Inn for every type of business trip.
Should I stay or should I go?
You always have a choice. Book now at choicehotels.com.
Segment Sports REI.
I feel just fine about the last segment.
TER. I know, I'm just teasing.
I don't get down with sports. I love sports.
You don't like sports?
I hate sports movies. I don't get down with. You guys did have me a little frazzled because there's
now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's all 6 of you against me is pretty much what it was because I'm the only one who doesn't like
only two
superhero
guys
movies.
Talking, bro.
And I don't drink wine.
Numbers.
But I saw the daggers being shot from all the other guys. Were like, how dare you?
That's because you're the.
How dare you downgrade superhero movies?
You're basically Channing Tatum from 21st Jump Street. You don't understand the world's changed. By the way, we're coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio Studios. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
I pretty much am. Channing Tatum from 21 Jump Street.
I have something I
right
believe we can agree on.
What would that be?
That we will find peace and harmony.
Common ground.
Common ground. There's a bridge.
What is it?
That links the two of us.
Okay.
And the bridge is
a bridge of happiness.
If the Bulls win this game today against Cleveland, the Bulls. If they win the game against Cleveland, there in the city of Chicago.
Okay.
They're going to win. They're going to win the entire series.
You know,
it don't matter if LeBron goes off for 80 points in a single game.
You know, I got a good feeling that those guys at the Madhouse on Madison, they could pull things together. They know how to play ball. They're a great team right now. Derrick Rose coming together at the right time.
Bulls.
You know, it just makes you want to sit back, have yourself an old style, a nice Polish sausage.
You can have maybe a hot dog?
Yeah. There's not really a Chicago way to say hot dog, though. I think Polish sausage. Polish sausage.
Hot dog.
Sausage.
We're doing Chicago, not Chicago this hour.
We are.
A game that I've dominated you in the last week.
Last week, but I won, I think, 3 weeks to a month straight.
Why we gotta do all Back to the Future back in time?
Well, you just backtracked on me. That is.
Why are you going all sci-fi?
You know, I think my argument that I don't really mess with sci-fi movies, it really hit the ground when I said, I watch the Star Wars, and then I said, I watch Back to the Future. I'm well versed in Back to the Future as well, too.
Is phenomenal.
It's great.
Phenomenal.
My wife won't watch it. She refuses to. I don't know. She's a nuthead, I guess.
The first one especially is an incredible
Tremendous.
classic.
I like the third one as well.
Mark Medina's coming up.
Oh, he is.
Excellent LA Daily News NBA writer. Yeah. I did
Finger
not make
pulse.
his birthday party here in LA.
Well, you're going to get a tongue lashing. You're going to get a tongue lashing.
I have friends in town that I completely forgot about.
You have friends?
I have 2.
Okay.
Was that really the joke you just made? Wow.
It was quick, wasn't it? It took a while to sink in. You're like, I do. I have 2.
No, I'm pretty much said I have 2. I have 2 friends.
2 friends. Okay.
You're not one of them anymore.
Wow.
I got 1 friend left.
Does that mean... Okay, you have 2 children and a wife, so that means you go home and one of the kids doesn't like you.
We can keep adding it up.
Like one of the kids I know, we're on the outs, but no.
We're on the outs.
Yeah.
Me and the little one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't give him those.
I want chocolate in that milk, Dad. Get it together.
Right?
Yeah.
We really amped you up in that.
You did.
segment.
You did. It's filling in for the coffee today.
I understand. You also had a near-death experience.
Unbelievable, man. Like, I'm finally starting to get my bearings today. Like, the whole first hour, I was really a little rattled. Like, I didn't know what to think. Like, I thought to myself, like, there was all these ongoing conversations in the recesses of my brain. Like, if that would have been me, what would have happened? You know, I'm a father as you are.
I just thought your brain was on recess.
That's what Greg, you hear this guy?
Greg Bergman.
Come on.
Cole Wright's a little rattled. Should we move on to some
I think everyone's a little rattled right now.
No,
let's go to the game.
Yeah.
Should we move on to some sports?
All right. Forget the near-death experience.
This is a LeBron
the Cavs
James
with the
show.
near-death experience right now because they'll be dead on arrival if they don't get this done.
Rose is balling, by the way.
And don't his legs look as fresh as can be? Whenever he cuts, it's like you think he's going to pass, you think he's going to lose just a drop of intensity, but when he attacks the rack, I mean, this guy, ferocious.
When you talk about like what went down this season with Derrick Rose, he was injured, but it also did save him some miles on his tires. I mean, the guy missed a lot of games. That is a restful situation.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's in a position, if he can pull it together for the last, quarter and change of this game, of putting a nail into the coffin of LeBron James' first season in his return to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is the rivalry that was somewhat deprived by injury, but 4 years ago began to be built between Derrick Rose and LeBron James. I almost feel like the NBA, at least in the Eastern Conference, coming full circle. Not Cavs, Heat, not Miami versus Bulls. You're talking LeBron James against Derrick Rose. If they're both healthy, those should be the best 2 players in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and the one thing that I really love about Derrick Rose that he showed me this year was that, he went down, not too long ago, and we thought, oh, great.
I thought he's done
for the season. And then you get all these reports that keep coming in. It's like, he's coming back, he's ahead of schedule, he's ready to go, he's practiced, he's full strength, and boom, just like that, he's back on the floor.
He's killing, dude.
And that to me is unbelievable. It shows the heart of a champion. I think the first time he was injured and took the extended layoff, I think that was, not just physically, also mentally. And I think now he's in a place mentally when he knows when his body is telling him that he can play, boy, oh boy, can he play. And who's finding out right now? LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, because they are taking it on the chin. Chicago right now at the United Center, at the Madhouse on Madison, clinging to a 2-point lead in front of LeBron James and the Cavs, Bill.
Derrick Rose leads all scorers with 22 points. Very efficient, 9 of 13. Just drew the foul there.
Still plenty to play.
Running over points, 24. There it is. And soon 25. Now listen to the other side of the box score. Kyrie Irving, 2 of 10.
That's not great.
That is
How many assists?
Very strong. He has 2 assists.
That's not good either.
He has not turned the ball over, but he is not particularly efficient or effective in running the offense today. But LeBron, the story is always going to be the story of LeBron James. He is 6 of 19. He does have 5 assists, but he also has 4 turnovers. He got 8 rebounds. I mean, the guy plays basketball, and he grinds, and he plays with a lot of heart. But 6 of 19 is not going to do it. When LeBron James is wildly inefficient in the postseason, his teams tend to lose basketball games. When he's very efficient, regardless of how many shots he takes, his teams tend to win basketball games. And I do think that's because when he panics and he takes bad shots, his team panics right along with him. There's a lot of basketball left to be played.
Tons.
But right now it's a 4-point game as the third quarter has about 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to go. A lot of basketball, but if you don't find a way, if you're Cleveland, to win this game, this season is all but over.
I've said before, and I've said time and time again, I don't question LeBron James and his skill set, but I do question his authenticity when it comes to being the best player on the planet. Because
who would you get that? Because not Steph Curry right now.
I don't really say it goes to anybody. I say there's just the best player in the NBA, and I think it's too high of praise to say that, because the one thing that really gets me is
the fact
that
dude.
that was a nice little shot right there.
Yeah.
But the thing that really kind of threw me off was that the playoff start, LeBron James not wearing a headband, and then they say, oh well, back on March 10th. He ditched the headband, stopped wearing it because he wanted to show it was a move of solidarity.
No, he wanted to be like
his,
honest.
He said he wanted
his hair grew in.
I was going to get to that.
I'm sorry, did I just totally kill you?
Spoiler, who I know is the king of trailers. You like to watch spoilers and trailers online.
I don't like spoilers.
Yeah.
I like trailers.
Okay. But LeBron James said on March 10th he took off the headband because he wanted to be more like his teammates.
Oh, man.
Bill's, I don't even know if he's halfway listening to me, Greg.
I'm totally listening.
LeBron said he wanted to be like his teammates. They don't wear a headband. He's down right now. With the headband?
LeBron
the maroon
just
one
went
or no
full
headband?
speed into, was that Jimmy Butler?
That didn't look great.
Was that Jimmy Butler? He just plowed
I don't know.
through?
I was looking at you trying to carry on this conversation because we're doing a radio show in case you...
I think it was Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose. The good thing is that Derrick Rose
and
is
LeBron
not
James
down.
is down.
He is down.
He is in pain.
He is.
He is more hurt than even Cole Wright. I didn't make eye contact during his monologue.
That left.
Not just feelings that are hurt, but his actual body.
Left ankle. Here we go. Here's the replay.
That was Rose.
LeBron goes up. D. Rose sets what looks to be
it's
be a screen.
No, it's probably a foul.
Moving screen?
Yeah, that's a blocking foul. Oh, he grabs his ankle.
It looks like it could be a flare.
Do not tell me that LeBron James is injured, because if LeBron James gets injured, these playoffs have been snake bitten cursed.
His left foot stepped on Derrick Rose's right foot, and I didn't see the ankle roll, but you never know what goes on inside.
We
those
are
gym
going
shoes
to
there.
keep you in the loop and informed on what is going on with LeBron James. He is down. He is now. Or he's back up. He's limping a little bit.
He'll be
is he walking toward the sideline in the trainer's room?
Is. He's going to go see
going
Mr.
to the
Miyagi.
bench.
He's going to hit him with and I think he'll be all right.
All right, I did not mean to hurt your feelings. I will make incredibly loving eye contact right now.
Okay. I like that. I like that. It's a little bit creepy. But a guy like LeBron, he's a little creepy because you take your headband off. You don't know where this guy's going with this. You're really weirding me out right now, man. That face, Greg. Are you looking at this cat's face right now? It almost makes you want to look at you.
Explain it for the audience out there. What he's doing.
I don't want to. I'm just going to keep looking at you for the remainder of this segment. But as I'm going to start looking out the window now because he's over my shoulder. But LeBron's not trying to be like his teammates. He doesn't want to ditch the headband. Maybe he looks like Bill Ryder with the headband. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows? But when he takes that headband off, I think, like you said, he just wants everyone to see, hey, I got a bolstered hairline. My hairline is as strong as Bill Ryder's and as strong as that creepy look he has splayed all across his face.
Bill Ryder, Cole Wright, we're going to keep the good times going. Chris Paul, speaking of injuries, Chris Paul and the Clippers, are they the best team right now?
Could be.
This moment
Could be.
in the NBA.
To all the moms of our hosts,
Mommy!
We just wanted to say thanks. Thanks for giving them a massive sense of entitlement.
This is the facts of life.
Thanks for telling them that everything they did was good, even when it sucked.
You're the best mom in the whole world.
Really, thanks.
On Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, Arnie Spanier here. If you're in the market for a new car and you want to have an amazing new experience buying it, you need to check out TrueCar. Man, I remember one of my first cars, cherry red convertible, my hair blowing in the wind, and the women checking me out. You could find the car just like that, my friends. All you have to do is go to TrueCar. With TrueCar, all you need to do is choose that new car, built it inside and out, and then TrueCar shows you what others paid for it. It's a fun way to buy a car that helps you be sure you never overpay. Once you decide on that car you want, you can connect with TrueCar certified dealers and lock in a guaranteed savings off MSRP, usually over $3,000. Pretty sweet. Again, if you're in the market for a new car and you want to have an amazing new experience buying it, you need to check out TrueCar. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Download the TrueCar app today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Can you grab the black mamba out of the glove compartment and put it on the dash?
What?
Never mind. I'll get it.
Seriously? A rubber snake?
Better safe than sorry, man.
You try hard to protect your car. Why not make sure your engine is also protected with a regular oil change with motor oil and filters from AutoZone? Be ready for the road this summer with 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional motor oil and your choice of select oil filters for $21.99. Restrictions and details in store.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The following was recorded at a Burger King drive-thru at breakfast.
Morning, welcome to Burger King.
Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Croissant-wich. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Croissant-wich, silly. I told you already. Get 2 flaky, light, buttery croissant-wich sandwiches for just $4.
What's going on?
Knock, knock.
Get 2 Croissant-wich breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
Chip, what are the 2 most important reasons people buy from Ford Lincoln of Ocala in Village Ford of Bellevue?
Easy. They've shopped everywhere else and found out that we have the selection and the price that can't be beat.
Exactly. People buy from us because they know when it comes to new Fords, no one comes close to our huge inventory of every model, equipment package, and color Ford has to offer.
And when it comes to price, Ford Lincoln of Ocala or Village Ford of Bellevue is unbeatable. Backed by our low price guarantee in writing.
We invite you to visit our websites at FordofOcala.com or MyVillageFord.com. View our complete inventory of new and certified pre-owned Fords. Then check out the long list of positive reviews from our customers who have purchased or had their vehicles serviced with us.
Although selection and price are important, you also receive the benefits of a courteous factory-trained certified staff that just makes doing business with Ford Lincoln of Ocala or Village Ford of Bellevue a real joy.
Come in for the selection.
Come in for the price.
Come to Ford Lincoln of Ocala or Village Ford of Bellevue, your family of Ford dealerships where we've got what it takes.
Buried under receipts and confusing tax code, let Crippen & Company help. They work hard to make the tax preparation process as painless as possible. With offices in Ocala and the Villages, their team is dedicated to helping clients with corporate and personal tax returns, bookkeeping for businesses, and estate planning for the future. Crippen & Company crafts a truly customized experience for each client's needs while alleviating stress and creating a big picture of your overall financial health. Call 352-732-4260 or visit crippencpa.com to get started. On Mondays, AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to medical reporter Bern Pereso. She's the president and CEO of Good for All Marketing, coming in to tell us about medical providers right here in Ocala.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Michelin Nader is coming on. She's a successful entrepreneur, and she's written a book called The Dolphin's Dance, Discover Your True Self Through a Powerful 5-Step Journey.
Have all of your vehicle questions answered by Matt Gibbs on Auto Repair with Personal Care.
And then Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters is a retired U.S. Army officer and a strategist and veteran of the intelligence world. He's coming on the air to speak about his book, Valley of the Shadow, the 3rd installment on the Boyd Award-winning novel series on the Civil War.
Greg Anton is a singer-songwriter. He's the co-founder of Zero. He's written a book called Face the Music, a story of love, self-discovery, and the spiritual power of music. And he's releasing a new single called Stephanie.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next day AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Council.
Do you have that will to win?
Did I win?
Because you know we do.
Yes! We win!
I'm doomed.
Oh my God.
We gotta win!
Giving you the love, the passion, the commitment.
This is what we're going to have on the show.
It's refreshing.
And the will to win.
How do they keep winning?
Right.
Now let's go.
Here.
Approach and identify.
We are Fox Sports! Tonight on Fox Sports 1, Katie Nolan returns with her new weekly show, Garbage Time.
Cool.
Katie will give her take on the week's top stories and host celebrity guests. Garbage Time airs Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1.
Right or right, we are back on the air.
Hoo-ah!
Whoa, that is good news. And I'll tell you what else is good news. And what does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance? It means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. And 15 minutes ago, LeBron James was feeling just fine about where his team was at. Yep, nice battle. back and forth in front of Kanye West and Scottie Pippen, sitting courtside at the United Center. But since then, things have gone awry for the King. Steps on Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose's right foot. Got in the way of LeBron's left foot.
The hard charge goes down. LeBron train, too.
It was. And, the good thing about it is if you're a Bulls fan, like I am, Derrick Rose took the brunt of that.
Yeah,
but it seems that
normally,
he
if those guys go down, LeBron goes full speed into. You don't think the guy that's going to get hurt is LeBron James.
He's a locomotive.
255 pounds of muscle.
I think he's more than 255. Yeah,
270?
I'm saying, at least. I mean, that guy, he's a big man, giant proportions.
Somebody got mad at us on Twitter, by the way.
They did. They said, hey, I was hating on LeBron. They called me a player hater.
Let me read.
Hating on,
You're
the
mad
LBJ.
at LeBron because he decided to wear a headband? What type of player hating bleep is that?
Whoa.
Please stop. I don't think we are hating.
I'm not stopping.
The Mason Moeller.
I'm going to hate on
Glenn
Mason.
From Mason.
Mason, I'm going to keep on hating on LBJ for rocking that headband or not wearing it whenever he wants to. You go visit Cy Sperling, you get the hairline bolstered, and now you want to show the hair cut off, right?
Mason just been hard on you, dude.
Really?
I'm not going to read this tweet, but
That's
Mason,
all right.
You got to chill, bro.
That's all right,
You got to
Mason.
chill. No one's hating on LeBron.
Baby. We cool, baby.
No one's hating LeBron because of the headband.
Yeah.
I am a little bit. I'm not going to go
the weak excuse.
But you're not going to like it. The fact that LeBron James is shooting 19% the last couple of games from the field.
Not great.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Not the headband, my man.
That could be the 8-point disadvantage right now that
You got to
LeBron and
attack
his
the
Cleveland
rim.
Cavaliers have.
You got to stop taking bad jump shots. You got to be able to make layups.
Fourth quarter, right around the corner, and now the lead has bloomed.
To 11.
11-point lead. And you know what, Bill, you've been in many, almost every single NBA arena?
You know what?
Would I gather that?
I think there's one I've never been in. I've never made it to Detroit for a game. I've been in the arena for interviews.
Auburn Hills, okay.
I've been to Auburn Hills. Every time that a team I've covered has gone to Detroit, I'm sorry, Detroit. I'm sorry, Ryan Field.
Oh.
I've made the strategic choice to take that particular game off.
Take it off.
Go do some
where are they
reporting
playing this
somewhere
weekend? Detroit. Okay.
I'm out.
Get a little sick coming out with that.
I think I've made every
mystery
other one.
sickness. But you know that place right there, it is a beast to play in. Not the old school Chicago Stadium, obviously, but it is a hornet's nest.
And people say this a lot, but there is a level of electricity and energy that is almost carried over from the Jordan years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That just in terms of how fans understand and bring basketball passion. And I hate the St. Louis Cardinals, but what the Cardinals fans do in baseball when things are going well for them is what Bulls fans do in Chicago when things are going well for their squad. It is a very difficult place to play, and it really is a legitimate six-man.
Coming out in red in full force, the Madhouse on Madison for a reason. You think some of that energy that the Bulls are playing with right now, some of that reckless abandon, that zest for the game, to have this 68-59 lead with 6.3 seconds to go before the fourth quarter jumps off, you think some of that maybe is some of that bottled up energy they got from Yeezy sitting courtside there?
I
know
think
you're a big Yeezy fan,
taught
dude.
them how, there's no, Yeezy taught me, I don't have the job right now because we're not on my daily radio show.
No.
It's on our
we
LA
should get that, though.
affiliate.
We should find that.
AM 570, LA Sports
We're gonna
getting the
look into
game. You're on there on a regular basis.
I am.
You
Nick,
do a hell of a job.
During the break, if you could scour the interwebs, whatever you do, find the Yeezy taught me. We can find it just for Bill. It'll put it in his
Nick
comfort
has been
zone.
killing it, by the way.
He has,
doing
man.
his thing today. Nick, we have not. Nick, if you want to jump on the mic, you don't have to. But you can.
Yeah.
You're killing it, by the way, today.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, dude. Welcome
he's a
to
man
the
of few
machine.
words. I know
it's hard sometimes with Greg Bergman back there drinking on the job.
Yeah.
It makes it a little confusing.
Mixing those toddies
Greg
back there.
Bergman, I feel like scotch and whiskey don't mix during the day.
Just throw some Cuervo in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's an all day that you just alternate all day?
Yeah, I go from a scotch to a whiskey and back and forth.
I can't believe I'm about to say this because I've been kind of hard on them, and I've had my my moments of tension. With
I know
a
where
couple
you're
of their
going. I know
stars.
you're going. Clippers.
You got to give love where it's due. I also voted for Blake Griffin number 3 in the MVP last year, even though we were in the middle of a little fracas. Are they the best team in the NBA right now? Are they playing the best basketball in the NBA right now?
I really do think they are, especially when you're down a star and you have a guy like Austin Rivers, by all definition, the coach's kid who steps up and plays and puts up unbelievable numbers. I mean, his shooting percentage, his offensive output, everything he did, it was almost like that last game was his coming out party. It's like, I'm no longer at Duke. I am officially an NBAer. Not only is my dad the coach, but he is a well-established coach.
Chris
and
Paul
he would
came
put
back
me
and
in the game. You saw that moment where Chris Paul slapped the doc on the chest and said, hey, just for once, be dad, don't be coach.
Yeah.
And I think that was unbelievable. It was just a great moment, especially when you're thinking on Mother's Day. You think of the son and mother relationships.
You're going familial.
I like that.
I like it too.
I like the way it is. Doc, I covered Doc in Boston.
I like your style.
Saw him win a championship.
You really have to swear so much.
Wow, what's that? Is that
Big
Justified? Oh, Big.
Not a Big Lebowski guy. What the bleep are you talking about, man?
I haven't seen it. I've only seen it one time, and I feel like for me, a guy who watches movies over and over and over again, I need to watch. And I'm a big John Goodman fan.
You would be a giant fan of this film on an all-time, like Michael Jordan-like level.
Really?
If you were to watch it again and again.
I mean, it's got the dude in it. So that's good.
Blake Griffin went to another level.
He's
with
the dude
Chris
right
Paul
now.
Out.
He's the dude.
26 points in was it game 3? Where in the first half?
And he flirts with the triple-double on the nightly, it seems like. If he's not logging triple-doubles, he is just, he is a force. He is
opened the postseason with 10
unbelievable.
consecutive 10-rebound games.
What more can you ask for?
I mean, and like it's interesting because their biggest issue was their depth, and then Chris Paul goes down and like credit Austin Rivers, and I've been hard on Austin Rivers. He has been a stud. He's played like a pro. He's been a baller. He's gotten it done. Right now, they've got Houston on the rocks. It feels like they're by far the better team. James Harden has looked and played very tentatively.
Sure.
Despite the fact this season, in the regular season, I think he was resoundingly considered the second best player in the NBA. Some people, 25, I think, of the 135 voters who
thought he was the
MVP,
best. Yeah.
Thought he was the best. So if the Clippers roll through this thing, now they're going to play a Memphis team that is also playing hellaciously good basketball team.
Unbelievable.
If Memphis keeps doing what they're doing. Now, there's no saying the Golden State can't come back. But man, Steph has just hit a wall. What is going on with Steph Curry? What have you seen?
It's the shot. The shot's not going in.
It's
It's
weird.
basic math. I think that's what it is. If you don't put the shot in, you're not going to win. If the other team, it's almost like the other day the San Diego Padres had a graphic up that the keys to victory: score more runs than the Colorado Rockies. And said the San Diego Padres 12-0 when they outscored the opposition. And I think, when Steph Curry shots aren't going in and they don't score more than the other team, they're not going to win. It's clear cut. It's just that simple. And I think the one thing that really has been a spur in their saddle, a thorn in their side, has been the fact that look at the rebounding ability from the Clippers. I mean, you have Blake Griffin. He's pulling them down, like you said, in double-digit rebound games. That's what he does. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. This guy could go off. He could pull down 25 boards on any given night. So you never really know how it's going to go in the paint there. When you're messing with those trees, there's a problem.
Speaking of messing, we got a little bit of Twitter fight going on. The Carmel King comes to our back and says to Mason Mauler, "What do these guys hate on? Back off." Mason Mauler comes at me and says, "LeBron James, 4-time MVP and 2-time world champion, sucks. Stop the madness, clown." All right, we're going to go clown place. Let me give you a little clown logic, Mauler. Here's the deal, my man. I love that LeBron has championships. I love that he's won the MVP. That's past tense. In this moment, in this game, at this exact time and space in the NBA, he is 7 of 23 from the field. He is 1 of 6 from the three-point line. He has turned the ball over 5 times, and his team is down 7 to a Chicago squad that if they win will go up 3-1. Does that mean that he sucks, Mauler? No, it means they're getting mauled. LeBron's not doing what he was supposed to do. Stop being emotional. Start looking at things with a little bit of logic. The logic tells you LeBron's going to play better if they're going to win this game. People can get real, and there's no pal, by the way. People can get real dumb on Twitter.
No, Catalina Wine
or
Mixer.
express their own stupidity.
Whenever I think about
Sure,
Pau
very
Gasol,
bright man.
Pau Gasol,
yeah,
Catalina Wine Mixer. You know what we're talking about with Pau.
Oh, the Catalina.
There you go.
Are you saying Pau? What are you saying?
It's the biggest helicopter leasing event in the Western Hemisphere since 1997.
Pow! Is he saying Pau? It's the Catalina Wine Mixer. That's why I call him that.
Pau
Gasol. But he is going to be a big key component down the stretch for the Bulls if they want to be able to pull this off. Because if they do win this game, the numbers dictate that they go on to win this series because they are
no doubt
14-0 when they take a 3-1 lead in a 7-game series.
You still have the best player on earth with a fourth quarter to make it right. He can do it. But it falls to LeBron James.
I tell you, but
he's been awful this game so far.
Having watched this series and at least the last 2 games, the best player on earth right now is Derrick Rose.
No, he's not.
He's not.
That's the most ridiculous.
But he's been playing better than LeBron James in both the last 2 games. Would you agree with that?
I agree that, but LeBron is the best player on earth. He just needs to make it translate to actual great basketball in the postseason against this Bulls team. He has to be the aggressor. He has to attack. He has to make buckets. He's got to rebound. I mean, I think LeBron's the best player on earth. He plays like it sometimes in the postseason. He doesn't sometimes. I want to see LeBron play like it right now.
I thought we were staying in the here and now, and if the best player on earth is getting outplayed by someone that's sitting across
if you're
on
gonna
the
go
opposition's
like the
bench,
best player on earth in this postseason, it's Blake Griffin, dude.
You're right.
I mean, it's Blake
really
Griffin
right.
is playing like, and it might have been Chris Paul, but he obviously missed a couple key games because of that hamstring.
Talk about the maturation process of a one Blake Griffin. The fact that this guy, his mettle had been questioned entering the playoffs, and everything he's done so far, once his team has gotten in, I mean, he certainly has changed the story and the narrative on Blake Griffin so far. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree.
And that's a guy that you have had a somewhat contentious relationship with
we had a rough moment.
Rough pumpkins, would you say?
We had a patch of rough pumpkins.
Okay, all right. Have you overcome that, though?
He used some language we couldn't, direct it toward me and my crew that you couldn't really use here on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with it, man. I mean, I voted for him third in the MVP voting shortly thereafter.
You guys squashed the beef, would you say?
He's refused to meet with me to talk about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So say if you were out...
I have an amateur move, but that happens.
Say if you're out having a lovely pancake breakfast
I've seen
somewhere.
him.
You've seen him out.
I've seen him several times.
Does he acknowledge you? Does he look at you? Does he shoot you a smug look down the tip of his nose? What does he do?
The one time that he and I were really right next to each other, we had this Blake Griffin and I.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night. I was out with friends on a double date. He was out with buddies, and we had both been imbibing. So it probably wasn't...
Drinking. They've been drinking.
Probably not a night we were going to... Well, look, it doesn't matter how people treat the media. It doesn't matter how Blake Griffin or Chris Paul treat camera crews or quote-unquote people beneath them. They're going to be judged on the way that they play, right?
Absolutely.
And the fact of the matter is, until this season, they have not played particularly well in the postseason. And this season, for whatever reason, they have figured it out, and they're balling. They're playing incredible basketball.
Looking to right those
Hats
wrongs.
off to him, man.
Driving in, I was listening, and there's commercials that saying, L.A., the championship city, this, that, and the other. And Lakers fans, they hold that close to the vest. If you're a Lakers fan, you readily identify with championships, the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The Clippers trying to bring some of that culture back.
Do you know who's going to be at that game today? Who covers the NBA?
Who that is, Bill?
The LA Daily News, Mark Medina.
He's got his finger on the pulse, man.
He joins us in 60 seconds.
Yes.
But first, here's what's trending.
Early fourth quarter in Chicago, the Bulls looking to take a 3-1 series lead.
Butler rises up to Noah, going upstairs. Gibson with a two-handed slam dunk. So we got 57 apiece.
68-65 the score. Chicago over Cleveland on the Bulls radio network. Coming up later, it is Game 4 in the Western Conference semifinals. Rockets and Clippers at 8:30 Eastern Time. LA leads that series 2-1. Brought to you by TrueCar. Find the new car you want, see what others paid, and lock in guaranteed savings from TrueCar certified dealers in your area. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Download the TrueCar app today. In golf at the Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass, Sergio Garcia has a one-shot lead, 11 under par, 3 under for the day. And in Major League Baseball right now in Anaheim, it is the Angels up 3-0 over the Astros in the 7th. Garrett Richards has a no-hitter. I'm Jonas Knox.
We are Fox Sports! Today on Fox Sports 1, the U.S. women's national team takes on Ireland in one of their last international friendly matches before the FIFA Women's World Cup. Coverage begins live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
Segment of apologies, by the way. I owe an apology to our next guest because I missed his birthday party because friends of mine came into town. And our executive producer, Greg Bergman, remember when he was like, hey, I might send somebody out for food? We're like, we'd like some?
Yeah, I do remember
I see him
that.
back here chopping food.
Yep.
Can't even produce the lunch order properly.
He was in the window licking his fingers. Just pushing it right in our face.
The only good news is that we're coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 15% or more in car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The only hard part, figuring out which way is easier. It's too bad Geico doesn't insure against producers who don't know what they're doing. I'm so hungry. Greg Bergman, he's just like nom, nom.
He knew what he was doing.
Shoving food.
He was probably telling all the guys back there behind the window, hey,
bro, when they go for food,
watch how we get these guys.
But a man that I wronged, because I didn't make his birthday party, he's a friend of mine. He's a good dude. And he's also one of the best NBA writers covering the NBA in the country. Works for the LA Daily News. Mark Medina joins us right now. Hey, Mark, belated happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, thank you, sir. You know what? It was taking me such a long time to forgive you, but after all those compliments that I can put on my resume right there, everything's all good now.
I always keep it real. Blake Griffin, not nice to me? It doesn't matter. One of the best players on earth. Mark Medina, I wasn't nice to him. He's the man. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. You are going to be at that Clippers. Yeah, dude, you're a year older. You're a year wiser. You're going to be at this Clippers game. We pose this question to ourselves. We'll ask you, at this moment right now, are the Clippers playing the best basketball of any team on earth?
Wow, that's pretty good. It's hard to say because I think that in one sense, the fact that they played San Antonio in the first round, I think really helped them with their growth process because this is an opponent that they should have played in the Western Conference Finals with just how good they were. But On the other hand, I am not impressed with Houston whatsoever. So with how well the Clippers are playing, I'm still measuring against the fact that it's against the Rockets.
That's a great point. I love
Mark Funky Cold Medina, LA Daily News NBA writer. We've seen a renaissance, so to speak, or maybe a resurgence of Blake Griffin playing at that regular season clip. He's been possibly the best player we've seen all postseason long. So what has it been about Blake Griffin that's really made him turn over a new leaf and say, hey, the postseason, this is a different kind of beast. This is a different animal, and I'm really bringing my A game to the table.
It's interesting. I mean, I think it's been well known that he made a transformation beyond the whole, Lob City and just dunking it like last year where he expanded his game. But I think he took another step this postseason where even when there were nights on the rare instance where he wasn't scoring, he was still making it up with, his presence on defense, gained a lot of rebounds. I know when he was playing against San Antonio when he had some poor nights, that was his attitude. Hey, I don't have it tonight as far as the scoring column, but I'm still going to make an impact just, because so much relies on how well he plays as well as Chris Paul. So I think that's, the next step in his maturation process that he's taken so far in the postseason.
Talking to our friend Mark Medina from the LA Daily News. Mark, you talked about Houston and that you don't consider them an adequate measuring stick for the Clippers' excellence. There are so many ways you can go with this, so I'm excited to see which you do. What is wrong with the Houston Rockets?
It's interesting. I mean, it doesn't help that they're also kind of dinged up. Patrick Beverly is out, but, when you measure against Chris Paul, I don't know how much of a difference that would be, but the problem I have with Houston is they have so much individual talent. Dwight Howard, great defender, great center. James Harden, great scorer and point guard. But they don't play as a team. And, what's even more surprising with that is the sense I got so far, covering these guys this year is they get along pretty well. The locker room vibes, fairly professional. But, they don't really gel together. They don't play defense together. They don't play offense together. They're all kind of doing their own thing, not out of animosity, but more out of just they don't really know any better. It's really weird to kind of see all that unfold.
I just want to clip that because you're right. They don't play offense together. They don't play defense together. Translation, they don't advance very far together.
Yeah, and the thing with that, usually when that happens is because people, aren't getting along and people are trying to get their numbers. I know James Harden has had that reputation where he's just about scoring, but I think that's a little simplistic. I think he's just trying to take it upon himself because no one's doing anything. But at the same time, no one, it seems, was really holding each other accountable. I know in Game 2 when they were down at halftime, James Harden said that the whole team had, kind of an air-it-out meeting at halftime where everyone spoke. But it just didn't really seem to connect, in the long term beyond that one game.
Mark Medina, LA Daily News NBA writer, and this team has really been about togetherness, the Clippers have been, and I think it all stems from the head of that snake, Doc Rivers. He really preaches team. He preaches togetherness. Now, this could be a huge if, and we don't know what is going to unfold moving forward, but can the Clippers, can they win it all, not just this series? That is if Chris Paul does not return, and if he does not return at full strength.
Well, you're asking if the Clippers can win it all if Chris Paul does not return?
Yeah.
No, I mean, even if he is healthy, I don't think it's a done deal. I mean, I think, you look at the rest of the Western Conference. The Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies, they're two pretty tough teams to beat. And, it's hard to say who's going to win out of that series, but I would pick those guys as a favorite to make the finals. I mean, both of those teams have so much more depth than the Clippers.
Mark, so let's go there. What is wrong with Steph Curry and Golden State, and are you ready to write them off? Because it's not just that they're losing a series. I think Memphis is one of the elite teams in the NBA.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because I know during the regular season when I talk to coaches throughout the NBA, who's the best team in the West, they always pinpointed those two teams, but there was never, kind of an unanimous agreement on which would be better. And the reason was they had two different contrasting styles. They came to okay, how is this going to execute in a 7-game series where there's adjustments, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, Golden State did not play well yesterday, but, I wouldn't say that the series is over for them. It just really depends on how they respond the next game. And, it's really hard to say because they're both equally talented in my eyes. They have equal depth, across the board as far as their starting lineup and bench play. It's just that they play two completely different styles. Where Golden State's, hitting a lot of three-pointers. They have some solid defense, but they're all about moving up the pace. Memphis, you grind it out with those two big guys with Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph, and then you just got some gritty defenders in Tony Allen and Randolph on the other end.
Mark, the NBA, especially in the playoffs, all about matchups. So say the Clippers seal the deal. They get the win today. They move ahead 3-1, and they eventually close out the Rockets in this series. That looks as if the road were headed down. But now, say the Warriors win, matchup problems. They could present a problem for the Clippers, as will the Grizzlies. So who presents the best matchup if the Clippers want to survive and advance past the Western Conference Finals and play for a Larry O'Brien trophy?
It's a good question. I think, when you weigh everything in the NBA playoffs, it comes down to health, the most important thing. So they have to be fully healthy. Chris Paul's got to, have his hamstring under control. And, he said it's gotten better, but that's still kind of a work in progress as far as how that's going to play out. And the second thing I would say are matchups. And I think, when you look at Golden State, I would think on paper they would be tougher because they kind of do everything that the Clippers can do, just only better. But an extra wrinkle in that is just kind of the animosity they have for Golden State, where they're trading barbs through the media, and I'm really curious to see how that would play off in a playoff series, because I'm sure there's going to be testiness, some incidents as far as fouls go, and exchange of words, and I'm wondering to what degree the Clippers can kind of be removed from that, where it helps them play with an edge, but they're not so consumed with it.
Mark Medina from the LA Daily News, our friend, before we let you go, right now, the way they're playing, take into account health, who's the best team in the Eastern Conference and who's most likely to advance to the finals?
Well, I would say it's basically whoever's the healthiest that advances out of this Bulls-Cleveland series. And, I'm talking to you right now, so I don't know the exact score with Game 4 with Cleveland and Chicago, but that's just kind of, an unpredictable thing, because one game, Pau Gasol's out with his hamstring. That's going to be, such a huge thing moving forward. But Cleveland was already undermanned without Kevin Love, without, J.R. Smith for a little bit. And now Kyrie Irving's hurt. LeBron James is a little bit dinged up. So, I think whoever wins that series is going to wind up being the NBA champion. But it could get complicated if, either team doesn't really make it out fully healthy, or at least as healthy as they can be. Because if they don't have their main guys, it's going to start wearing and catching up to them once the finals start.
I agree. Mark Medina, LA Daily News NBA writer. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thankfully, I didn't get balder or fatter since I turned 30.
Hey, man, sources tell me you've actually gotten thinner and stronger.
There it is. I knew your reporting was always solid, Bill.
Hitting that wheelhouse.
Mark Medina, thanks, bud. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
I believe it's time, Colwright, that you and I conduct an epic challenge in which I almost always best you. Chicago or not Chicago?
Not true. That's not true at all.
How happy are we that the NBA playoffs are on?
Three-pointer.
Bang!
Bang, bang.
Happy enough to sing a cappella?
Dropping dimes on fools.
Your NBA playoffs coverage is right here.
Get that, out of here.
On Fox Sports Radio.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood